talk about this offense, best offenses. I'm really interested to hear your take on this because I got some interesting insight that you might dig.
From Fluent?
No.
Just some personal thoughts.
Yes.
Fluent's kind of like locked in Toronto, so I figured he gave some intel about something. I'm pretty sure Fluent has some breaking news about what's going on with the Raptors and Knicks right now.
Everybody wants to see Siakam go, but I don't know, man. We might just keep him. We might keep him.
I'm talking about the employee that was working for the Knicks and he stole all their plays.
Oh.
And he's being sued by the Knicks.
I saw that. I saw that. I just thought
before we start though, I've been thinking all day. Chill. I just had to ask you. I've been thinking about this since last night. It just popped up in my mind. Like, what's the last movie that you've seen? Just you, Chill.
The last movie that I saw.
You streamed?
I actually went to the movies. Me and my chick went to go see Element not too long ago.
Okay.
I thought it was good.
Doing days.
Yeah, it was good.
Wait, was it Elemental, like the Disney one?
Yeah, the Disney one. Yeah, we went to go see that.
Okay. You didn't go. Your chick, not your chick, but your significant other. You guys didn't want to go see Barbie.
She couldn't get me to drink. She couldn't. She tried to get me to go see it. I couldn't.
You wanted to see Oppenheimer.
I couldn't do it.
She's trying to buy you a pink shirt, rock that pink and go watch it.
How convinced were you, Chill? How much? What on a percentage scale? How much did she have you? Was it like 40%, but she just couldn't quite get you to 100? Nothing. It wasn't happening.
How did that conversation go? Like she was like, "Yo, so chill," because I'm pretty sure she calls you Chill because you've been viral as Chill Town. So chill.
Actually, she calls me Jermaine, but anyway.
Gotcha. Mano, whatever it may be.
Right.
I want to go see this movie.
Well, number one, she was out of town. She went to go see her mother, and in the process of going to see her mother, she said that she was going to see Barbie. And I was wondering, I was like, "Go ahead, you straight, knock yourself out. I'm good. Let me know about it when you come back." Now, I will say this, Shaq. I'm a sucker for my daughter, who actually went with her grandmother to go see it, and they actually did the theme. They got the pink shirts and they got the hair, and she might have talked me into it. I ain't saying she would have, but she might have talked me into it. I'm not saying that I would have went, but I would have considered it if it was her. She kind of got that way with me where, she might be able to get me to rob a bank with her. But
I don't know, Chill. IMDb said it's you know what IMDb is?
I don't.
Chill, I'm gonna put you on game. These guys been up here sloughing all summer with you. I'm gonna talk real game with you right now. Internet Movie Database. That's the first place you go to, and if it's
it's basketball reference for movies.
Exactly.
Okay.
And like anything over a 6.7 might be worth it. If it's a comedy, like that 5 to 7 range is where you want to go for because comedy's not going that high. But I think Barbie's at like 7 point. It's up there.
So see, the thing is, I heard that I've gotten some mixed reviews. Some people like what you said, Shaq, is you know what, it ain't bad, and some people have told me it's kind of whack. And I'm already on the fence about the whole Barbie dolls and all of that nonsense. I think I'm good. So,
I mean, can we cut the crap? Who up here seen a Barbie movie? And did you go with your girl or not?
I went with a day, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
They made me wear a we wore a pink shirt. She wore a pink outfit. It is what it is. It was the vibe. It was great though. Like honestly, like the vibe in there was sick because everyone was excited. People were the energy was nice when everyone's excited going to the movies. Everyone's dressed up the same. People taking group pictures, group videos. You got TikToks in the corner. You got this in the corner. It was a whole vibe.
Yo, I started to go. I went to go buy tickets, and the only 2 tickets left for like in the handicap. Like it was like one of those dine-in movies.
Yeah.
And I said I can't trust that. Let's move. I seen the pros and the cons. That's all I'm gonna say. And I was excited about the pros, but I was weary of the cons. And I knew we can.
Mars, you streamed it? No.
You ever seen it, Mars?
Mark, why your face like that? Because if Taylor Swift was in it, you would have been at the theater. So let's knock off the nonsense.
But she's not in it. So what do you want me to do? She ain't in it.
I mean, Margot
Robbie though. That's Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie's enough. You don't need Taylor Swift. Margot Robbie's enough.
True.
So
you always need Taylor Swift.
She is a babe too, by the way. Yes,
she is fine.
Super babe.
She is not hard to look at. There are women who are hard to look at, and she is not one of them. No, she is.
What was her one with Will Smith? Like that kind of like put her on the
Focus.
map.
Focus.
Yeah, Focus.
Yeah,
I watched like 30 minutes of that like a couple weeks ago. And all the scenes. It was dope.
Yo, fellas, but right from the top, you know I like to do these blasts from the past. So I got a TikTok for you guys, and you know the segment. Did they get it right? And it happens to be two people up here. You know, y'all let me know. Can y'all hear this?
It's unfortunate because I'm a huge fan of De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
I was ready to start pushing some De'Aaron Fox agendas, but the agenda is not going to age very well because the player I was going to compare him to is now taking another jump. So that's not going to work. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to sustain.
No. Who are you going to compare him to? I know who he was going to compare him to.
It was John Morant.
And low. Let's make sure. And low. Hold on for a second.
I thought they were in the same tier. I
do too, Mars. Hey, low, don't act like this wasn't a conversation a year ago. Don't make this like this wasn't a conversation. Yes, this was a conversation before the season started last year. Not only was it a conversation before last season started, every time Ja went up against De'Aaron Fox, De'Aaron Fox won. 2, he outplayed him.
It's unfortunate because I'm a huge fan of De'Aaron Fox.
All right, y'all. How do we feel about this? Looking back on it right now.
Like, sounds like me and True were right. It sounds like me and True were right.
I think Chilltown was right. We gotta give Chilltown the W here. You know, Mars.
And then Lo will try and tell us he never said Ja was better than De'Aaron Fox. But
he will absolutely say that, Mars. Even though we got him on tape. He'll say, I never said that. No, I didn't. I never said that. Oh, my God. Well, the thing that I try to make sense of is Ja came out, and Ja was super duper athletic. He was dynamic. He was on Sports Center. He was dunking on guys. And everybody forgets that De'Aaron Fox, who didn't play for a really good team at that time, how much better he was with the other stuff, getting to the basket, stopping pops,
Memphis good?
Distributing. Well, Memphis is good, and they weren't terrible at that time. They were better than Sacramento.
Better than Sac.
Yeah, they were better than Sacramento at that time. And everybody forgets how athletic De'Aaron Fox was, how good he was with the basketball, how good he was in transition. He wasn't Ja in transition, but he would dunk on you, no question about that. He was a great finisher around the basket. And soon as, I don't know what it was about Ja Morant, but soon as he saw Ja, he was ready for him. And every time he played against him, he outplayed him. And their offense, Sacramento's offense was conducive to what De'Aaron Fox was doing. Add that to the fact that Ja, we couldn't hide him early because Jaren Jackson wasn't there yet. And that defense wasn't what it was. So De'Aaron Fox just made a beeline to him and went after him as much as he possibly could. So when I saw that in the next season, when everybody was talking about Ja's a top 10 player, and I'm thinking to myself, you might be able to make that argument, but let's not act like him and De'Aaron Fox are miles apart. I think De'Aaron Fox is ahead of him.
Spin right now, chill. Spit.
I still have them in the same tier, so not much has changed.
They're definitely the same
tier. Just can't play defense.
I mean, he definitely struggles on defense too. But I don't think Fox is necessarily a good defender too. I think Fox saw the hype with Ja Morant. He's like, hold up, I'm just as good as him. I'm that guy. That's why every time they faced each other, he was willing to guard him one-on-one. He did take an extra step. Like I said, I think he's a better mid-range shooter. He's a better three-point shooter. Getting to the rim, I think they're similar. I might give the edge to Ja Morant just because he's still a little bit more athletic. Finishing at the rim, I'll probably still edge Ja Morant. But they're right there. Like Mark said, they're in the same tier. So they're right there. So we'll be seeing, next year.
I don't know, gentlemen. At the rim, if Ja can't dunk it, it's kind of
I think De'Aaron is a better finisher.
It's kind of hit or miss, and then he's just flailing all over the ground. You know what I'm saying? He's begging for the call. If he doesn't dunk it, it's it's kind of finicky.
Ja definitely goes for that.
He did say finicky, Shaq. Yes, he did. He did say finicky.
No, I'm looking at Damo. Damo, why are you holding that like a walkie-talkie? You got me tight right now.
He's a little peach.
Oh, with my mic or my plum?
The plum. You was holding it like a walkie-talkie.
But you making that plum look miniature right now.
So, Mars, quick question, Mars.
That plum look like a Tootsie Roll, bro.
Did I get? And again, I do feel like they're in the same tier. I do have De'Aaron Fox ahead of him. I think I might have gotten tricked by Ja being in the highlights more than watching De'Aaron Fox finish at the basket. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's very fair to say. Ron can't just pull up the clip on command. But there was a time where, on like the original Players Trade show, where I called Ja the most overrated player in the league based on the highlights and the fact that people aren't actually watching him. But the highlights are so enticing, and when you don't see much, and that's all you see, you think he's one of the best finishers in the league, or you think he's the best finishing point guard. And realistically, the more you watch him, you see, for every made dunk, there's about 9 where he completely blows it, or he doesn't finish around the rim because he tries to jump over people instead of evading contact and finishing. Like, there's a bunch of stuff
like De'Aaron Fox does.
Yeah, I think De'Aaron Fox is a better finisher than Ja Morant. He's just more consistent around the rim.
I like that comment, though. It said the debate is proof y'all do not care about postseason. Ja has more success there. My bad, Ox.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, Jalen, also the defense that you mentioned, De'Aaron's a much better defender than Ja. Much better. It's not even close.
I don't think
I don't even think they're in the same tier, like even close.
Yeah, De'Aaron's much better, but I wouldn't define De'Aaron as good.
Yeah, so I think
I would.
I don't know if they're both. Yeah, I don't know if they're both.
I'd categorize him as serviceable.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. But as far as point guards go, De'Aaron's probably like 4th, 5th, 6th as far as defenders.
I think Ja Morant.
We're talking about starting point guards, Damo. We're not talking about Caruso. That might not specialist. We're talking about starting point guards. You can't.
That might not be saying much. That might not be saying much as far as defense goes. You know, because I guess there's not that many great point guard defenders in the league today. But De'Aaron's at the top part of the list.
I'm not sure about 4, 5, or 6. I'd have to make a list, but off the top of my head, it didn't sound.
Keep in mind, we're talking about starters. We're not talking about like the Carusos. We're not talking about Marcus Smart, guys like that. Even though Marcus does start.
No. I'm counting Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart's like number 2 behind Drew.
So Drew and Marcus Smart would be 2 that are better than him.
DeJounte.
Okay, DeJounte. Forgot about DeJounte.
He has a reputation, though.
That's kind of what a love stops.
Hold on, Brunson isn't a better defender.
Who?
Jalen Brunson.
Is he not a better defender?
I don't think he. Again, is he a really plus?
I mean, look. So look, we got to think about this.
I just said better than De'Aaron.
Yeah, no,
right. So I'm thinking.
If Shay's a point guard, I think he's better than De'Aaron.
We got on the. He's good. He's a good on the ball defender. He's serviceable on the ball. He's moving his feet. He's turning his man. But then in the passing lanes as well, De'Aaron's like, you know, he's probably top 3 as far as playing the lanes.
Okay, because.
I'm not really trying to take nothing away from De'Aaron's defense, but to say he's probably 4th or 5th best defensive guard, even just out of starters, just sounds crazy. I gotta think. I've never thought about it, so it sounds crazy, but it might be one of those things that sound crazy.
Yeah, I'd have to make a list because maybe he ends up coming 5th, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I just never watched De'Aaron Fox play defense.
I was a De'Aaron hater. I was a Lonzo guy, so I hated De'Aaron. So trust me, I watched him play. I wanted his downfall.
Used to bust.
Well, how about we do this? Damo, how about we do this? How about we just
in college?
So Damo, how about we just stick in the Western Conference, Damo? So is he a better defender than Murray?
Jamal Murray?
Oh yeah.
I would
Murray.
think so. Yeah.
How about
not by that much?
We already talked about Marcus Smart, right? Who's now in Memphis. We already know. How about who's the lead guard in Phoenix?
Now?
We don't even know who the league. Yeah, we don't even know who the league.
I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be Devin Booker, and after what I seen in the playoffs, man, I'm taking Booker defense.
I think Devin Booker's a better defense.
I'm taking Booker defense.
Okay, so we'll take Booker.
I consider him a shooter.
Okay, we'll take Booker. Okay, how about with the Clippers? Is he a better defender than Russ?
After the playoffs last year, I don't know, man.
I don't know about that one, honestly.
Russ has been a poor defender.
Watching Russ be the best defender.
I think I'll give it to Russ.
But I'll give De'Aaron. I'll give him that.
I'm gonna go because Russ is spotty on defense.
I think I'm gonna go with Russ on that one. Honestly.
Russ's defense is all predicated on his motivation. If Russ wants to play that night, he playing defense.
Unless you're
all right. So how about Steph?
He better than Steph.
Okay, so we'll put him ahead of Steph. How about what's the lead guard that plays for the Lakers? No, I'm thinking about the lead guard that plays for the Lakers. D'Lo. How about D'Lo?
Yeah, he's better than D'Lo.
Okay, he's better than D'Lo. I don't think today he's better than Mike Conley. I don't. I do not think he's better than Mike Conley. Is he better than CJ McCollum?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not better than Lou Dort.
Lou Dort's not the point guard, so SGA.
It's Shea or Giddy. It's Shea or Giddy.
And he's not better than SGA.
Okay, so he's not better than SGA.
So how many guys is that? That's just the West alone. How many guys is that?
Well, hold on. Are we just gonna walk past Mike Conley?
I mean, y'all didn't want to speak up.
Hold on.
I just made my face.
Maybe Mike Conley in 2016.
Yeah, Mike Conley's about 50 years old.
Even in 2016, I think Mike Conley is better than him as a defender.
Yeah, in 2016, I'm giving it to Mike Conley.
23 now.
He's
all right. So we'll put De'Aaron Fox ahead of 35-year-old Mike Conley. No question about that. He definitely better than Luka. He definitely better than Herb. Let's dead that right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now we got Chris Dunn in Utah.
Fred VanVleet.
Chris Dunn's a better defender than
I'm about to say he's not a better defender than Chris Dunn.
Dunn's a better defender.
Okay,
That was the first name I thought of when we started. I was like, well, he's not better than Chris Dunn.
So we'll take that's 6 guys right there.
Is Chris Dunn a lead guard though?
Wait. It's Colin Sexton.
Yeah, it's Colin. I don't know if he's a better defender than Colin too though.
Right. So Colin Sexton too.
He ain't a better defender than the men.
So we got to choose one. Colin.
They're both better. They're both better than Fox. So either one you go, they're both.
All right, but that only counts.
I don't know how good Colin Sexton is.
I'm not saying. Think about Colin
Chris
Sexton.
Dunn, I agree. Colin Sexton, I think you guys are buying into something.
So this is what I'm saying. I think Colin's a starter. So let's get Chris Dunn out. I don't
know. Colin Sexton's a 2 guard, but he ain't better than Amen Thompson. Oh, he's not.
We ain't get to that yet, Mark.
It's Fred VanVleet. We need to see him.
Either one. He's no better than either one of them defensively.
We can get to that. All right. So he's definitely better than Dame.
He's fine.
He's better than Dame.
He's definitely better than Dame. Now we get to Kevin Porter Jr. and Fred VanVleet. Is he better than either of those guys?
He's better than Kevin Porter Jr.
He's not better than Fred VanVleet defensive.
Are you really going to sit here, Miles, and tell us that a guy who has not played in the NBA 1 minute is a better defender than a guy who's been in the league for 6 years already? Are you really taking that guy?
Yeah, let's do that. If I say Chet Holmgren is a better defensive player than Michael Porter Jr., am I crazy or am I just saying we don't need to see Chet play in the NBA to say he's a better defender?
That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
If I say Victor Wembanyama is a better defender than Damian Lillard, am I crazy? No, I think I've seen enough from him to say he's a better defender already.
Okay, but
which is fair. Only except which is fair, Miles. Only except we're not. That's apples and oranges. You didn't say Chet. You didn't say Chet.
Amen Thompson is the best defensive guard in the draft class. I don't know.
Okay, in the draft class, but we're talking about a guy who number one. We're talking about a guy in De'Aaron Fox. We're talking about a guy in De'Aaron Fox who number one. We're talking about a guy De'Aaron Fox who number one. You don't play at Kentucky if you don't play defense. That's number one. If you play at the University of Kentucky, you're not playing if you don't play defense. And De'Aaron Fox started there. So. And with De'Aaron Fox coming into the NBA now, being in the league for 6 years.
Jamal Murray went Kentucky. We said De'Aaron Fox was better than him.
Did we say that?
Yeah, well, I didn't agree, but everyone else said it. Yeah.
But even if that's true, that doesn't mean
he was at Kentucky. He wasn't playing defense.
In his cancer, went to Kentucky. In his cancer,
he didn't play.
He was a double digit
rebounder. That's not his name, Damo.
Even if it's freedom, he was
in his freedom.
And at one point, he was a double-digit rebounder. He wasn't a terrible defender.
He's always been a bad defender. He's always been a bad defender. Always. Yes. He's never been good. Always. And Canada never understood how to defend in a pick and roll. Would always get exploited in the perimeter. He was a great offensive player.
Didn't Cat go to Kentucky?
Yeah,
and his cancer can't play defense to save his life.
So he did.
Cat went to Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Look at the point guard
now.
Position,
don't get Cat. Don't get Cat wrong. We saw Cat move over to the 4, which is now like going from algebra to trigonometry. He was completely clueless.
I'm just naming a bunch of people who went to Kentucky who weren't very good on defense.
Well, Jamal Murray wasn't bad on. Jamal Murray isn't bad.
I agree, but we said Fox was better than him, and they both went to Kentucky. Tyler Ulis both did go to Kentucky. Isaiah Briscoe was
somebody has to be better, Mars. They can both play defense, but
Tyler Ulis was a bad defender in college, and he was Kentucky's starting point guard.
I don't think Tyler wasn't that bad. He was like
no.
I promise. That was like the only year of college basketball I watched a lot, and it was because of Tyler Ulis.
That's all I was just about to say. So now y'all watch college.
Why were you watching college basketball?
That's the thing.
I really like Tyler Ulis.
No, Tyler Ulis was dope, but he would pick you up full court. He was a good full court defender, but he was just too small in the half court. Yeah, no doubt. I get it. But that was my point with Jalen Brunson. it's like Jalen Brunson is a good defender on the perimeter, but it's just when you get into like the paint, he's just too small. He can't do anything.
Right.
Tyler Ulis was picking up
guess who doesn't have
Louisiana Lafayette point guards full court, but when he played an actual team in his conference or that he would see in tough and competitive play, or anybody that was even considered a draft prospect, switch. Hey, get him some help because he's 5'4".
Respect Louisiana Lafayette. Respect Louisiana.
I will say the reason Scout this year couldn't play in Kentucky is because he wasn't playing defense. So that's one person. But for the most part,
everybody that went to Kentucky, none of them play defense, or like majority.
There's guys that play defense.
I just think there's people who go to Kentucky who don't play defense and they play, and then there's people who go to Kentucky who do play defense and they play. Like maybe generalizing it was a bad idea. All right, so generalizing it was a bad idea. De'Aaron Fox coming out of Kentucky could defend. And he could defend at a good level coming out of Kentucky. So now we got guys like Amen Thompson. Who doesn't have any experience playing in the NBA, doesn't know anything about the pro game. De'Aaron Fox, who's been in the league for 6 years, who knows about pick and roll, who knows about switching, who knows how to close out. Amen Thompson, who doesn't know about any of that stuff at the pro level, is already today a better defender than De'Aaron Fox. That's the logic. He'll be better than. Not he will be. No, that's not what you're saying, Mark. You said that he is. Yes, his rookie season, he's going to be better than serviceable. So he will already be better than De'Aaron Fox defensively. Because he will be a legitimate.
I can respect that, Morris, but for
the same way Kayson Wallace, who just got drafted to OKC, Kayson Wallace, already a better defender than De'Aaron Fox.
Okay, but for the sake of the list, can we
Davion Mitchell, when he got drafted, already was the best point guard defender on that team.
But can we actually include people that have actually played in the NBA?
Sure, we can. Fred VanVleet is better than De'Aaron Fox.
I mean, this is an easy argument for Mars to make.
I can
We're not
respect that.
including
At least he's in the NBA.
So Mars can make this. Like, if a guy's better at defense, then he's just better. But we're not talking about offense and defense. Like,
I didn't know you had to see someone play in the league to know that they're going to be a better than average defender.
I mean, I think it's just safer. It's just safer that way.
You bringing up Chet.
When Steph got drafted, maybe I'm crazy. Already a top 10 shooter in the league instantly.
I don't know.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, 2009, rookie Steph, before he'd even played, there weren't 10 shooters better than him. Just based on what he did in college, there already wasn't.
That could be true. That could be true, but we wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? We can't. Really
I don't think that was the perception.
Though, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't think that was the perception going.
It should have been.
That's fine. Hindsight's 2020, but going into the year, I don't think that were people saying, "Yeah, Steph is a top 10 shooter in the league." He had to earn that, and he earned it pretty quick. But with the Thompson, with the Thompson twins in general, I would say personally, I have no issue with you saying that Amen, for example, is a better defender than De'Aaron, because when you seen him play, and I'm a big stifler. I was a guy that was like, yo, that OTE competition ain't selling it for me. I got to see how they do. And when I seen him play Summer League alone, you could just see the intangibles were there in the Summer League game. Just what he was doing naturally with his body on defense, him and his brother seemed like a better defender, honestly, in my opinion, at least with how they're using him. It translated super well. And these are guys that were perceived to be playing a bunch of 16 and 17-year-olds while they were 20. So how would they play against grown men? And I understand that summer league competition isn't just what they're going to see in the NBA, but there is a drastic shift if you're playing 16, 17-year-olds at 20, and now you're playing professional grown men, guys in their second year, other guys coming in, guys trying to earn a deal, and you're playing pretty goddamn good defense. Definitely enough defense to make people say, oh, these are the best defenders on the court for their current teams right now in this instant. So I'm not mad at Mars saying it.
So if we're doing that, he was right
again too about 3-point shooters.
So if we're doing that, is Scoot a better defender than De'Aaron Fox coming into the league?
You know how I feel about Scoot.
I'm not as high on Scoot's defense as I am like a man. So
men may be the only one.
No, I'd probably say no, because I don't think Scoot is that. I think Scoot would probably be serviceable as well. So I think he'd be in the same tier. He's only like 6'2". He's built, so he's got some decent strength. But I do think he'd probably be slight negative to serviceable as a rookie. I think a guy like Anthony Black might be better than De'Aaron Fox instantly.
Because he's small. Like when does that become 6'2"? When does that become an issue? I mean, Lou Dort ain't 6'6".
But Lou Dort is their point guard. But again, SGA,
right? 6'6", he's the smallest guard that they have, though. He's smaller than SGA. He's smaller than Giddey. And he's their best defender on the perimeter.
But that's fine. But if you have a lineup where Lou Dort's not out there and everybody out there is at least 6'6" and above, who is Scoot going to guard? The bench? Because they can do that. If he plays against the Magic can run a lineup with their shortest guys, their point guard at 6'7". Who is he going to guard? The ref?
Well, here's the difference with that, Damo. Your logic is that first of all, can we get to the bottom of who's shutting down guys? Like, I mean, if that's 6'6",
that's a fact.
If that's 6'6" lineup you're talking about having on the floor, it doesn't seem to bother Marcus Smart, who's 6'4", and we're talking about this. That's not a huge difference with a guy at the lead guard spot. It didn't bother Mike Conley years ago when he was going up against bigger guards. So are we talking about Scoot standing in front of a guy at 6'2", 6'3"? He's standing in front of a 6'7" Anthony Black, who, by the way, just came into the league.
Chills. Scoot's really like 6', 6'1".
So he's not that big. So he's not 6'2".
He doesn't look. I wouldn't give him 6'3". I'd probably say 6'2", but that's just from looking at him from a distance.
6'2".
Well, the reason why I brought him up because you brought up Amin Thompson, and Amin Thompson being a lead guard, and again,
6'7".
Right, him being a lead guard and him not even playing. I'm thinking about De'Aaron Fox playing in the NBA today, and already having the experience of playing in the NBA and being at least a good defender. Amin Thompson immediately is going to jump him. He hadn't even played in the game yet.
Yeah, I knew when Anthony Davis was coming in that he was already a better defender.
I think it's easier to predict big men being good defenders in the NBA. I think it's easier to predict in college big men translate to the NBA rather than guards. I think
so. Shouldn't we? So with Mars comparing Chet Holmgren to Damian Lillard, I mean, that's an unfair comparison. Like if you comparing,
I compared Chet to Michael Porter Jr. To be fair,
right, which isn't an all-star, as opposed to if you're comparing Chet to defense. Well, okay, let's just say defense. Is Chet a better defender today? Before he stepped on the floor, is he a better defender than Mitchell Robinson with the Knicks?
Yes.
Today.
Yes. He is.
Mark Williams in Charlotte.
Yes, I would say so.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is crazy, yo. This is crazy.
I'm gonna give Mark Williams some respect, but I'm
not saying it's disrespectful. I'm just saying it's kind of crazy. Like, I understand that we're doing projections off of what we've seen, but I'm just saying, like, we only got a couple months.
We understand that there's people who aren't in the NBA who are better at things than NBA players are, right? We understand that.
Yes, Mars. Thanks. I understand that.
Okay, so
what I'm saying is how do we
Victor Wembanyama is the most obvious, because he's the most obvious example. Victor Wembanyama, before he was even draft eligible, when he was 17, he was already a better defender than Nikola Vucevic. I could have said that right there and then, and I still would have been right. I don't need to see it in the NBA to see that Victor Wembanyama is a better defender than a guy like Vucevic or Valanciunas, or I don't know, any other mediocre defensive big. You can just see right there him playing against his competition. That's already better than what these guys are doing in the NBA. Paolo Banchero, when he was in college, was already better than NBA players. He just wasn't eligible to be in the NBA yet, so he was still playing in college. So that's the point I'm making. Chet got drafted, couldn't play the first year. He's already better than NBA players.
I know how you know that. That's all.
The same way
because you can see them playing. I'm sorry. Paolo Banchero as a freshman at college was better than Thanasis.
I mean, so look. When
he was.
Come on. We can keep the Nasus out of this stuff, Mars. Not the Nasus.
He was better than Thanasis.
Okay, but I'm just saying. Let's not do the Nasus.
All right, let's not.
Hey, you guys do know Thanasis is on Ox's his all-time role player roster, by the way, too.
But be clear, Big Ox. You've seen a guy. You've seen a guy
before you even play in the NBA. That you're
better than some
NBA. There are the obvious ones. Yes,
right.
You're right. There are the obvious ones. Who
else is on that list?
But Amin Thompson is not one of the obvious ones.
Bob, who else is on that ultimate?
I'm not saying it's obvious. I'm saying I think he's better.
Otto Porter.
He has jerseys to all these guys too, by the way.
Chill out. Otto Porter.
Norman Powell for sure.
Just to name a few. Some Jeff Green. Some of the guys are on the list that really weren't bench players, but things happened in their career that sent them to the bench. Jabari Parker when he was going through his injuries, it's people like that.
I like the Jeff Green pick.
Jeff Green, that's the man. And also the Nasus Antetokounmpo. So
is Jan Vesely on the list?
Who?
Jan Vesely?
No. Yo, don't say nothing bad about Vesely.
I was a big Jan fan back in the day. I'm mad he didn't get a chance.
He got a chance over here.
He had a chance.
He got a chance over here.
Yeah.
How old is he? Is he still?
He's probably like
so that's 7 league guards. That's 7 league guards just in the Western Conference.
In the West alone.
With a lot of bias in that list.
To be honest,
let me mention.
It did sound. I didn't even mention anybody from San Antonio because I don't even know who their lead guard is. Mars turned me on to San Antonio.
It's Trey Jones.
It's Trey
Jones.
Yeah,
And
Trey Jones.
Who I'm a big fan of, by the way.
Mars turned me on to San Antonio, who was also a tough watch. I'm watching San Antonio in January on League Pass. Like, oh my god, it was like trying to drink coffee with a fork.
Part of the job, man. You gotta watch the team.
Right, I do.
It'll be a little better this year, chill.
But
Yeah, I do
Devin
understand that.
Devin Vassell's not bad.
So that's-
I don't know, Ron.
Yeah, but he's not a leader.
Yeah.
Hey, with
Trey Jones is a
without
decent
Wemby,
defender.
it's going to be tough watching them still.
Hey, I don't think San Antonio gonna be all right. Like this year, they're not gonna be an amazing team, but I think next year they'll be all right. Next year they'll have some playing potential. What's his name? Keldon's gonna get better. Vesley's gonna get better. I do like Trey Jones a lot. I think he's a good lead guard. Like he's not gonna be somebody that comes out and gives you 30 every night. He's not gonna be a statistician where he gives you 20 and 10. But he just plays the game the right way, just like the
Ron,
brothers.
when you do that,
I'm
Ron.
not
Hey, when
gonna
you do
lie.
that, Ron, you always do that, bro. You can't always just assume that just because the year's gonna go by that somebody's gonna get better. That doesn't just necessarily mean they're gonna get better.
The reason why there's evidence to that.
The team's going to get better for sure.
We're
talking about
the team will get better.
But they have to add somebody. They have to add somebody though. They can't.
Yes, that's how they're going to get better.
Team, by next year, if they just keep this roster and add another draft pick, let's say they add, and it's not the number one pick. Let's say they add a 3 to 7 pick to this current roster. That's not a playing team next year.
Who the OKC at?
Well, they got to get a.
Well, let me say. Only caveat is if Wemby takes a huge leap. That's the only way because that's what happened to OKC.
And this is what I was about to say. Bob was saying you can't just assume somebody's going to get better. I'm assuming that Victor Wembanyama from year 1 to 2 takes a dramatic jump. I'm assuming he looks like a completely different player. And I didn't even mention Jeremy Sochan. I think that core group of guys with obviously one of the best coaches of all time, I think next year they look like a completely different team.
Well, I don't
Once
know,
again, I didn't say they would make the
playoffs.
playoffs.
You're not factoring in the unpredictability of Wembanyama now.
The hair dye. That's what I was about to say.
We're not factoring in the fact that he might just go rogue and just leave the NBA suddenly and go to Saudi Arabia. We're not factoring that in.
It's hair dye today. By the All-Star break, he's going to be doing lines in the bathroom. By the beginning of next year, it's straight smack. It's smack.
Exactly. So
Damn,
how we get there?
It's hair dye. It's man's purse. It's hair dye.
That's a slippery slope.
It's man purse fashion. Then it's doing lines. He got to follow. He got to follow everybody else, man.
Man purse? What's wrong with man purse?
I have no issue.
I thought that's what all the kids were doing these days. I didn't even know it was an issue to be had. I thought that was just a cool thing to do.
Slippery slope towards drug addiction. That's all it is.
It's the path to being Jordan Clarkson. Apparently,
they better get his rehab room ready right
now. Real quick though, MPJ. I didn't know that his ceiling was this low. I'm actually kind of disappointed in his role in Denver.
You think?
He's had like 3 back surgeries. He's had like 3 back surgeries.
I'd assume it's because of the back surgeries.
He was a number one rated high school guy for a reason. He was phenomenal, but the back surgery sucked out his athleticism.
Yeah, he doesn't have.
Why can he still make threes?
Because he can still shoot.
Yeah, I think the shooting stays with you, even regardless of the back surgeries. But the athleticism, the first.
So you're telling me from everything that you've seen during the playoffs, or just even the season, you're trying to tell me that MPJ can't move? Is that what we're saying?
No, I just don't think someone that tall, he doesn't have the fluidity to put the ball on the ground as well as he could in high school because of the back surgeries. Like when you're that tall, I can only assume as a small person, when you're that tall, you have to have some level of fluidity to be able to play like that. Paul George, Kevin Durant, etc. He doesn't have that level of agility to be able to create his own shot off the bounce. I watched him try to do it against Miami. Can't do it. So I think now he's just relegated to a spot-up shooter.
Is that because of the back surgery?
I just assume it's because of the back surgery. He's had 3 of them.
MPJ was extremely stiff. I never thought he wasn't stiff.
I think he moved better 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he was ever extremely elegant. I never really bought into like the MPJ Kevin Durant because I didn't think he moved that like that anyway. But I do think he moved a lot better 5 years ago to what he does now.
My question, Shaq, is, Shaq, what exactly were you looking at with this guy in terms of him coming into the league? What was his ceiling to you?
I mean, he was extremely athletic coming out of high school. He could.
No, he wasn't. See, let's stop right there. No, he wasn't. No, he
had
not.
size. He had size.
Okay.
When you're that size and can dunk the ball, he would go up to him flush, and he could dunk on plenty of people.
Okay.
Now, athletic as far as like speed and stuff like that, he always had the height, and he always had to bounce because of the height.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I mean, he could shoot lights out. I thought he could just elevate over everybody. I mean, was his handles the best? No. In high school, he did a lot of back to the basket, turnaround fade, stuff like that. But I still thought he was going to be borderline superstar.
Right. His handle was
serviceable. I saw a Brandon Ingram.
6'10" with a handle like that?
Yeah, for sure.
You said you saw Brandon Ingram?
I had a Brandon Ingram ceiling. That's what I had.
One thing, though, that we got to always factor in when you see guys, and this is what I'm saying about Cooper Flagg, too. I was saying it the other day. I'm not trying to knock Cooper. I just got to see it when you're playing against other 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", 7-foot guys consistently. Because when you're playing against that high school competition, it looks good. It looks good when you're playing against high school competition. Who are you comparing
this to, Ron? Why are you hating? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this.
Michael Porter Jr. I'm saying, like, you never quite know how translatable a big dude that's fluid.
I mean,
how fluid it's going to look when you're playing against guys your size.
Those were the back surgeries. So we already vetoed that out. Dr. Mars already let us know it's the back surgeries. He got stiffer. He doesn't move the same as 5 years ago. But what does that have to do with Cooper Flagg? Because I feel like
they literally have a similar build. They're both 6'9", 6'10".
But he doesn't have the back surgeries.
Even with or without the back surgery, I still got to see how it looks when he's playing against other 6'9", 6'10" guys that are athletic.
We know what
this is.
Cooper Flagg is much more athletic than MPJ ever.
Away from him.
Time out, though. Time out. So, back surgery or not, is Cooper Flagg just hands down better than Michael Porter Jr. was in high school?
Hey, man. I'm not going to say nothing crazy. I'm just saying it's just not ironic on this platform when we talk about another tremendous white hooper. We just gotta set these invisible barriers to drag them down, man. It's crazy.
I'm not trying to drag nothing down. I'm just saying I don't know how good.
Hold on. Here we go. Wait, Ron. When you watch him play, who does he play like?
I would compare his game to similar to a Michael Porter Jr. Since we're talking about him, a high school Michael Porter Jr. It looks eerily similar.
High school looked insane.
It looks eerily similar.
He beat the allegations this time.
But no, Damo, it's because he looks like that.
Some high school
Gordon Hayward. Yeah,
like Adam Morrison, something like that.
I definitely thought you were going to say Sam Decker, but
man, he got a little Grayson Allen to his game. Like, all right, buddy. All right, man.
I'm talking about young.
So now, Shaq, back to your point about MPJ. Like when before the back surgery, because he had already had back surgery at Missouri, and he had recovered from that. So is it fair to say that this is a transition year this season, and then this season coming up, we can make a better version? Because when I saw him in the bubble, this is the same dude that's in the playoffs, getting on television, telling everybody, y'all need to involve me more in the offense. And what I saw, like what Mars said, he saw Brandon.
Chitchat freeze on us.
I was waiting for this.
I need to hear that.
I'm talking about Cooper Flagg.
He was about to cook.
But I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy that Ryan, you just.
Oh.
I think it's crazy, Ron, that you just said what I was trying to say for 10 minutes, and y'all was, you know what I'm saying I was tripping. But now with Cooper Flagg, we need to see it. But with the minute everybody else, it's like, no, we can see this from there. But okay.
Well, I think right now Cooper Flagg is also better than Killian Hayes.
Chill, what were you saying about the bubble?
Okay.
When I saw him, when I saw MPJ in the bubble, what I saw was a rebounding. I saw Reggie Miller who could rebound. That's what I saw. I saw a guy who was asking, "Yo, y'all guys need to." This is the Rook, by the way. He hadn't played yet, and this is a guy coming on TV saying, "Yo, y'all need to involve me more in the offense with Jamal Murray, with Joker." This is the confidence that he had. So that's what I saw. But then
Chill, started to bring in practice we're not seeing because he got maxed out. And I mean, he doesn't even look like he wants to put the ball on the floor, especially in the playoffs. He just wants to, go rebound sometimes. He wants to catch and shoot. I get it. Jokic is dominating a lot of the offense, but I'm just like, I'm scared for MPJ. I'm kind of happy he's in this situation. I only brought it up because I thought he was going to be like this super, like Anthony Edwards type guy, but that was based all off of highlights from high school. I was like, he's dominating. The same with Zion. He actually came and did it. The same with Cooper Flagg, who looks like he's in the same division as Zion was in when Zion was doing all of that. because I don't believe in all the hype, but he has the athleticism as far as Cooper Flagg.
Y'all know who MPJ is. MPJ is that kid like that we played with in AAU, who every car ride home, his dad is like, stop passing the ball. When you catch it, you need to shoot the ball. You just as good as him. What are you doing passing the ball? Shoot the ball. You shot 6 threes. You should have shot 10. He's definitely that kid whose dad is in the car screaming at him because he didn't shoot.
How do we identify that kid?
Yes, we can.
I didn't
see that's who he is.
So I need to know how you're.
I can tell you easy because I was that kid. Any kid who, after anything he does, is doing this. The bench is this way. He looking for his dad's approval in the stands. That's the one.
I had the kid on my team whose dad used to yell out how many points he had. I'm talking about everybody can hear him. Like he's probably 5 rows behind. He's like, third quarter, you only got 18. Come on. Like, all right.
To answer your question, Shaq, well, we live in the long ball era, and MPJ, his game, just shooting the long ball, is conducive to what's going on. As a big guy, he's 6'10", so that's kind of what he's pushed his game toward, just shooting the long ball, because you got Joker, right, as your primary ball handler and primary playmaker. You got Jamal Murray as your perimeter scorer who's making tough shots. Now, it's almost like he's segued into, I'm just going to stand behind the long ball line and shoot the long ball on this unit. Now, if he was in Houston or if he was in Charlotte where he had to do stuff, maybe we would see that more. But we don't see that on this crew because I don't think that that's something that he has to do.
If you're Denver, would you trade Jamal Murray for Klay Thompson?
No.
Hell no.
Whoa.
Klay Thompson's 3 now? 32.
33.
Jamal Murray's still mid-20s. He still has some
I wouldn't trade Jamal Murray for prime Klay Thompson. So
that was the next question.
Easy. Let's hold on. Let's hold on.
I thought about it. I used my silence to think about it. I would not do that.
So the reason why you wouldn't do that is because, and before you answer that question, Mark, wait a minute. Before you answer that question, I want to remind you that Joker is playing in an offense. Klay Thompson in his prime is playing in an offense with an elite big, an elite passer, an elite distributor in Joker, just like he was doing, and who could also shoot the long ball. So if you take Jamal Murray off that unit and you put Klay Thompson on that unit, how many more open shots is he getting in that offense? How much better is he in that offense? I want you to think about that before you answer that question.
Always considered. Denver needs shot creation. Klay Thompson does not provide shot creation. He provides what MPJ provides, but much better. They don't need another Michael Porter Jr. They need someone who can run that 2-man game of Jokic, off the dribble handoff, someone who can make the pass if he receives a double, or someone who can score when Jokic receives a double in the mid-range, self-creation, and also can add a facilitating aspect. Klay Thompson does not provide any of those things because his play style is dependent on creation of other people, whereas Jamal Murray can play off people and get his own, which is why I would rather Jamal Murray in that Denver offense. Not saying Jamal Murray is better than Klay Thompson. That's a different conversation. But for Denver, they need someone who can get their own shot, which is why I would not trade Jamal Murray for Klay Thompson.
Which is fair, but when I look at Klay Thompson, who can shoot off the bounce, not just the long ball, but he can operate in the mid-range. He's not like Jamal Murray one-on-one. No, he's not doing that. But in that offense, running with Joker, those dribble handoffs, that pick and pop, that pick and roll, getting back screen and things like that. Now all you're doing is you just making Joker more of a primary ball handler. Now, not only are you making Joker more of a primary ball handler, that's opening up the offense more for Klay Thompson. I can understand your logic about MPJ, only except I think he defends a little bit better than MPJ, which I know you mean. I understand your point about him being a better version of him, but I'm not sure if I'm not going to trade prime Klay Thompson for Jamal Murray. I think there has to be a separator for me, and I'm not moved by the separator.
I think it just becomes a bit of a redundancy that you lose something that you have nothing to replace with, and then you're gaining something that you already have in abundance. I'm like, you already have perimeter defenders in Aaron Gordon and KCP, and you had Bruce Brown, and then you already have shooting with KCP and Michael Porter Jr. And I'm adding Klay to that. Whereas with Jamal Murray, I'm losing something that no one on the roster can replace. I'm like, I don't think it adds
But wouldn't you score more with Klay out there and with those other shooters and Jokic having the ball and being able to pass out? And that's another player that nobody can leave. Because you do
in the regular season. In the regular season, I think you would, but in the postseason, probably not, because I do think
you don't think that they would score more than the other team with Klay Thompson being a knockdown shooter and nobody can double up.
I think they'd still be a very successful team and they'd probably win a bunch of playoff series. I don't know if they'd win a championship. because I don't know if they beat the Lakers.
So what? So with Jamal Murray, what's the step? Again,
Mars, you ain't lying.
With Jamal Murray, what's the separator?
The ability for him to go get his own bucket. That's the separator. The ability for him to break down a defense, draw attention his way, and then create for other people off that adds an extra layer that not only Jokic is the only one who can do that. With Denver, you have two people who can break down a defense and can capitalize on that. You replace Jamal Murray with Klay Thompson. You're now solely relying on Jokic, who I believe is good enough to be the sole reliant piece on offense. But I do think it limits the overall ceiling of the team.
Yeah, no, Mars, I hear that. So would you say that Denver's offense was mainly Jokic out of the post, or Jamal Murray bringing up the ball and breaking people down, or was the pick and roll also like a huge percentage of their offense?
I believe if I had to put percentages on it, I think it would probably be like 50% two-man game, Jamal Murray and Jokic, 30% Jokic post touches, 15% Jamal Murray self-creation, and then the other 5% is Bruce Brown or KCP dribble handoffs and those things. So that's probably how I'd break it down.
I think trading Jamal Murray, and I'm glad Mars said 50% two-man, because that's their most efficient, and most effective style of offense with those two players. You trade Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. nor Klay Thompson is going to be able to run anything near that two-man game where it's either Jamal Murray is strictly playing off of Jokic, getting a handoff and getting an easy shot. He's able to break his man down coming off that, or run an action with Jokic coming off the two-man handoff action. Clay's not doing it.
It's all hypothetical.
Well, I would say the Klay that we know isn't doing that now. Klay on his own,
because he doesn't have Jokic.
Does he develop some type of skill set to go off ball more? Maybe.
I think he kind of has that skill set though. Like if he's in a pick and roll with Jokic, like as a basketball player, like you're not just a moron out there. Like you read the court and you see, hey, I'm either going to drive or I'm just going to flick it back to Jokic. It's not that crazy part of a read. Now, Jamal Murray is known to break down a lot better than Klay, but I mean, Klay shooting at the top of the key are worth 3 versus Jamal Murray getting in there, taking tough shots, missing tough shots, and having Jokic to bail him out. If you have Klay and all of those guys out there standing, then you would naturally give the ball to Jokic more. And he's literally going to be putting somebody in the torture chamber. Anthony Davis, I don't know, somebody. Sorry about that, Damo, but somebody's going to be getting cooked. And I mean, if they send the double, you got all shooters. Just something to think about. But I'm with Mars. I wouldn't do the trade.
Is Klay Thompson more of is he only a catch and shoot guy, or can he create his own shot off the dribble?
In his prime, it was nasty.
We're talking about 2015, 2016, 2016, 2017.
The Klay that we know, even that Klay gets praised for scoring without putting the ball on the floor.
Yeah,
60 points on 11 dribbles.
But that's the thing, though.
He still could do it, though. He can still.
There was a lot of games where Steph was out, and he had every opportunity to be a creator and playmaker on that team, and he struggled.
He didn't have Jokic out there. You gotta have a threat out there, Jalen. That's the point that I'm making right now. You can't just say Klay go out there and score, but if you have a valid threat out there, and Jokic is in the post kicking it out to Klay at the top of the key, you're going for the pump fake, and Klay is good enough to go right past you, float it, kick out to somebody else. He's not just a stupid basketball player.
He's not. I just think he's incapable of creating his own shot at a high level consistently.
If you smell with the rock
at a high level, at a high level, Mark.
Championship.
Know your role. Know your role.
And
shut your mouth.
I'm trying to have a conversation, goofball.
I was supposed to be here on time, but Ron had me waiting in the other room with the wrong link.
What the hell is wrong with this
jabroni? What the hell is wrong with this jabroni?
Conversation. So Mars, like I was saying, Mars. So maybe not at a championship level, but he can put the basketball on the floor, right?
What?
Because I've seen Klay Thompson 2 dribble pull-ups. I've seen Klay Thompson 1 dribble pull-ups. I've seen him do all of this stuff. Now he's more of a catch and shoot guy. Now with him being more of a catch and shoot guy, that's because he's playing with Steph Curry, right? That's because he's playing with Draymond Green, and he would do that with Joker. In the process of him doing that with Joker, he wouldn't have to be. He wouldn't have to be the shot creator that you're talking about. Jamal Murray is. He wouldn't have to be that. Now, would that be the separator? Maybe it would be, but at the end of the day, he still would be really good in that offense. I can't say with 100% certainty that I would trade him for Jamal Murray, but I will say that I would consider it, Mars. 100%.
Yeah, I think he'd be good. Jabroni, when the Rock is talking to you, pay attention, Jabroni.
Here's the difference between you and me. Here's the difference between you and me today. I can stand at the free throw line with people screaming my name and waving, and I don't get my concentration broken. I'm focused. These free throws are going in. I'm not letting you screw me up. No.
Ron sent me the wrong link. I'm sitting here waiting on the link. I ain't even look on the channel to see if y'all live. I'm sitting back here in the wrong link for almost 30-something minutes, sitting there like a damn fool. I'm sitting here on a black screen. And Ron goes, and I finally looked at my message. I said, hold on. This fool hit me and said, yo, that's the wrong link, man. Coming this way. Man, listen, man.
He sent you to the wrong party.
Oh, I'm in the wrong party.
My bad, big ticket. My bad.
Feeling like I'm left out. Hey, top left, what's up, baby?
What's good? Did you hear that question?
They're trying to cause beef between The Rock. They're trying to cause beef. You see what I'm saying? Between The Rock and Vince McMahon. See, tell you something, right? Yeah. When it comes to Shaq, man, it's my guy, man. It's my brother, man. You understand what I'm saying? He's knowledgeable. So all you guys will say, oh, ticket. Oh, man, he didn't keep the same energy with Shaq. You know why? Because he isn't a peon. He isn't a blemish on The Rock's buttocks. He actually has knowledge of what the hell is going on. See, when you have knowledge, I can talk to you respectfully. Now, carry on, everybody.
Well, what does that mean, Ticket? I'm just curious. What are you saying?
Apparently, the rest of us are
we don't get
so you saying that to say what?
That means you're a jabroni. That's what that means. You're a jabroni.
The rest of us are goofballs. Shaq, the only one up here who know what he's talking about. So, Shaq, sir, I'm going to talk to you with some respect. The rest of us are jabronis, and we get to people's elbow. Ticket, I'm a clothesline your ass.
I swear to God. Just say that then. Don't beat around the bush, bro.
I'm clotheslining Ticket when he come down the lane. I'm straight. I'm booger hooking Ticket.
Ticket's my man. Chill's my man.
Basically, what you're saying, Shaq, is that Ticket is a Shaq jockstrap sniffer.
That's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like.
It's mutual respect.
Right. Everybody listen. Everybody that's up here, we go at it, but don't get it twisted. We all respect each other. I respect all these dudes. Like I say, Shaq is my brother. All these dudes, my brothers up here. You know, even though I want to beat the hell out of Mars, I respect Mars.
I never understood why you didn't like Damo. Ticket.
No. Damo cool. He put the work in. Damo just a hater, bro. Damo has Russell Westbrook.
At least I self-admitted. At least I
have you watched Damo's other podcast?
That's the part that I got a problem with.
No.
Right there. At least so Damo don't cut no corners. Damo make it clear, I don't like you. I'm a hater. And that's the part that I don't got a problem with. At least if you was a hater and you was trying to hide it, then it'd be something different. But Damo make it clear, I'm a hater. 100%.
But what he did was very disrespectful by saying Russell Westbrook is the worst player in the NBA. That's come on, man.
But Ticket, he a hater. He already did, so that's expected.
Wait. Worst player in the NBA is crazy. I say he's the worst starting point guard. I say he's the worst.
No, you say he was worse than Killian Hayes. Mars thinks Killian Hayes is the worst player in the league.
List. It was the point guard list.
Yeah, but if he's worse than Killian Hayes, and Killian Hayes is the worst player in the NBA.
Mars thinks Killian Hayes is the worst player in the league, and you think he's worse than him.
And again, I didn't know we all subscribe to the belief of Mars. Just because Mars thinks Killian Hayes is the worst player in the NBA doesn't mean that he is. I don't think Killian Hayes is the worst player in the NBA.
He's not the worst player in the NBA. He's not the worst player in the NBA. Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes is not the worst.
How many minutes
can because Westbrook's behind him, Mars.
Okay, well, if you play 27 minutes per game,
that's why the team won 2 games. That's why the team
we got to go per minute. We can't count the cats that's sitting on the bench. I'm saying per minute, Russell Westbrook may be bottom 10. I mean, we had the conversation.
Isaac Okoro per minute is better than Russell Westbrook. No.
Well, look, Jalen. I'm talking about. You know how when you do back boxes, they're talking about pound for pound. Like who's the best pound for pound player? I'm talking about who's the best per minute player. Who's the worst per minute player? I'm saying like for somebody that plays as much as Russ, I mean, I kind of feel.
If Tony Snell still in the league, he was averaging 30 minutes, not doing anything.
Marcus Morris is on Russ's team, and he's worse than Russ.
Well, but per minute though, he doesn't play as much as Russ. And what I will say is in the playoffs though, I did see your comment, Kevin. In the playoffs though, Russ did kind of give me some hope. Like, maybe Russ is back. Maybe we're getting our old Russ back. I don't know. Maybe getting out that Lakers jersey.
You'll never see that from Killian Hayes. I promise.
Russell Westbrook, you gotta put a really good team around him for him to thrive, and guys that want to buy into his style of play. That's why I was working with Clippers, because Paul George personally wanted him there, so he went out on a limb. So out of respect, he was like, I'm gonna do the right thing for you. But when you are constantly coming up on platforms like this one and killing him for a whole season when he's with the Lakers, he's like, fuck it.
I didn't though. I was showing love. I was showing Russ love on the Lakers.
You said he's pound for pound.
No. I just said that right now. But during that hardship with the Lakers, I was supporting Russ. I was against people just dogging Russ. I did think Russ kind of took it a little far. I think he was being a little emotional, a little crybaby-ish. But at the same time, though, I was like, yo, it's not his fault. It's not his fault that LeBron and AD got hurt, and then they tried to use him as a scapegoat. That's what it was. They were just really scapegoating Russ. And
so then how could you say he's one of the worst players in the league when that's what started all of this?
Two things can be true at the same time, Shaq. He can be getting scapegoated and still be playing like shit. And
this is the same Russell Westbrook that got on this Lakers. This is the same Russell Westbrook that got on this Lakers squad. This is the same Russell Westbrook that got on this Lakers squad, and they told him one thing, and it was something else. Number two, he was the only constant that they had on that Lakers squad. The first year, I think outside of scoring, I think he led that team in rebounding, assists, steals, and I think he led them in blocks too. I think Russell Westbrook led.
Did he lead us in turnovers? Didn't he lead us in turnovers too?
He did lead you guys. He did. He also led you guys.
Did he also lead us? Did he also lead us inside of the backboard shots as well?
Yes, he did. And don't leave it. And don't leave it. And I'm glad you brought that up. Damo, because I think LeBron James shot over 20. I think he shot 22% on the long ball. Lived on the long ball line in the playoffs. Get off the long ball line, James.
And what did I say? And what did I say?
You didn't have nearly as much. You didn't have this kind of smoke for James that you had for Russell Westbrook. No, you did not. You did not.
LeBron was doing other things.
Because LeBron was doing other things. Two,
LeBron was doing other things.
I was mainly killing Darvin Ham because why is when the Gabriel win. And three, we can pull up the Carfax. I sat here and said, bro, in this series against Denver, if LeBron is not playing like whoever this is, because this isn't LeBron James, we might win. We're losing because, and I remember Fluent was sitting here telling me AD even game, off game bull crap. Odd games, he has 30. Even games, he has 15. So that's not going to work. But I said defensively it's automatic. As long as he's consistent defensively, we're good. But LeBron is killing us because he's not. He's just selling for shots. And I killed him for it. I was on him about it. Now, was I on him as much as Darvin Ham? No, because you know how I feel about that terrorist. So obviously there's checks and balances. Was I on him as much as Rob Pelinka? No, because Rob Pelinka is why we're in this mess. And even you, or it was Fluent, gave the best analogy ever. I can't give you praise for putting out the fire you started. I heard that. I was like, you are so right. I can't sit here and say, oh man, W. Rob Pelinka, when you put us in a situation, they have such a crazy
Now, Damo, with full respect, this is the reason why I call you a hater now. Since Shaq is in here, Top Left is in here, we can ask him and we can just be, because he understands where I'm coming from more than any of you guys, especially Grilltown. Shaq, this is what I tell these guys, and I don't know why they don't believe it. He just sat in here and just blamed all of this stuff on Rob Pelinka. But Shaq, you know, and I know that LeBron James and AD, for the most part, are pulling the strings on who's been on that roster. Am I lying? Right or wrong? So when he says Rob Pelinka, it is LeBron pushing him at first to go get Schroeder when he went. It is LeBron pushing him to go get these clutch clients that they got on the team. They had 9 clutch clients on the team, and he's complaining about the roster, but all those dudes are signed with clutch. So I'm just saying, don't get mad at the roster when all those dudes, Juan, Hot Tamale, Toscano, all those dudes is signed with Clutch Sports. So they're over there. Hold on. They're over there because Yo King wanted to be over there. And that's the part about y'all I don't like is see, you guys deny this stuff. And I'm not just saying that it's LeBron James. I'm saying that most of the top players on the team, for the most part, have a big say on who is on that roster. That is the truth. And I'm not lying.
I'm not sitting here on this platform and also say I blame LeBron for lying to Westbrook. I sat here.
No. I'm not talking about. Hold on. Forget Westbrook because we know he got Westbrook. I'm talking about the other dudes you said. Hold on. I want to deal with one specific comment that you said. You said, how are we supposed to praise a dude for putting out the fire he started? I'm saying to you, the fire got started because the dude you praise, Yo King, told him to bring those guys. And the proof beyond a shadow of a doubt is All those dudes were Clutch clients. All those dudes that you were complaining about were Clutch Sports clients that was on that squad. Look it up. I'm not lying.
Ticket. Does anybody in here believe that LeBron didn't know that about 90 to 95% of those players that came to the team, you think that it wasn't ran by him? Is that what we're
arguing? Absolutely
no. No one is saying that. No one is saying that. All I ever said was LeBron didn't go to the front office and said, hey, here's a list of the guys I want after we won a championship.
The list wasn't big though, Damo. That's the problem, that the list was never even good enough for LeBron to even do that in any of these years because everybody was under contract and the cap was just all wacky.
So it started with we won a championship in 2020 and removed from 2020, we go into 2021 and we lose all of the key valuable X factor players. The Caruso move had nothing to do with LeBron James. We did not want to pay Caruso. That has nothing to do with Lebron.
But then you wouldn't have Austin Reeves though.
Hold on.
No, it's not a lie. No, it is not a lie.
Hold on. I'm a prove it. I have proof.
Go ahead, Ticket. Go ahead, Ticket.
Here's the I'm gonna present to y'all. The reason why they did not sign Caruso to that money is because they gave the money to Clutch client Taylor Horton Tucker Jabroni, the dude who they then sent to the Utah Jazz. That is the reason why they didn't pay Alex Caruso, because LeBron James and Rich Paul wanted them to pay Horton Tucker. They had to choose one or the other, and they chose Horton Tucker because he was a guy who had more promise. And he hold on. And he underachieved to what they thought he was going to do. They hyped him up that first year when he came in there from the G League. He is a Clutch client. It was between him and Caruso to get that money. They decided to keep him because he was a Clutch client, LeBron's boy, and they felt like he was younger and he had more of an upside than what Alex Caruso had. For them paying Alex Caruso versus paying Horton Tucker. Bro. They quickly found out they were wrong, and they traded his ass to Utah. Stop lying, bro.
Can you put Damo and Chill in the tight screen, both of them? Because I just have one question for both of them. So are you guys saying that there's no truth in what Ticket just said?
Never said that.
I'm hearing Rob Pelinka say that it was a mistake letting him walk out the front door. That's what I'm hearing.
And you don't think that there was any correlation between him being a Clutch Sports and being connected to LeBron? Are you saying that that's not true?
I don't know. It's hard to. It's hard.
That could have something to do with it. I'm not going to play stupid. That could have something to do with it.
Even if that's true, Damo, this is what it sounds like. It sounds like that James is pulling all the strings here, which he's not. James is associated with Clutch Sports. That's Rich Paul. If I'm not mistaken.
How the hell am I being nasty?
Hold on, Chip. He's associated with him. He is Clutch. Everybody enjoys me every day. I just want to make sure because I come on here and tell the cold-blooded truth.
No, he is. Hold on. What you do is
respectfully, respectfully. Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you one question, respectfully, as a man-to-man, respectfully. What other team in the league had 9 players from the same agency on the same team?
I don't think any. To be honest, I don't know what other team because I don't know what other agencies.
They had 9 players and the coach. Now, this dude. Damo sit up here and complain about the coach, but the coach is a Clutch client.
Can I ask? Isn't KCP a Clutch client? KCP's on Clutch Sports, isn't it?
Hold on. Yeah. And guess what? Don't stop. Hold on. It never stopped them from. Hold on. It never stopped them from trading Clutch clients to do what they wanted to do. Remember, they traded him. That was LeBron. Hold on. They didn't want to trade KCP, but they had to make the Russ deal work. That was LeBron pushing to get. Hold on. That was LeBron publicly pushing to get Russ. Look it up. He's on YouTube in interviews saying we want Russ.
This isn't news. This isn't news. We already know that. We already know that.
All I'm saying is this, Chitchat. I ain't talking about you on this, Chitchat. I'm talking about Damo. Damo was because you didn't say that. You was giving Darvin Ham. You was taking up for D Ham. I'm saying to Damo, how's you going off on D Ham in the GM? When Darvin Ham is using a hand that's dealt to him, and the GM is after LeBron and AD won a chip, AD came out and said, thing I love about this team is that they come through us for every personnel decision. He said, go look it up. It's on YouTube, the video he said in the interview. So What I'm saying to you is,
did say that.
What other player in the NBA, what other team have on their roster 9 players from the same agency? You mad at Juan Toscano? He's clutch. You were mad at Case and Taylor Horton-Tucker. He's clutch. Austin Reeves. Clutch.
I like THT.
Hold on. I'm gonna keep going. Hold on. All them dudes is clutch clients, bro. So how was you mad when all them dudes they signed that was playing like trash? Lonnie Walker, clutch. All them dudes is clutch.
I was mad Lonnie Walker wasn't playing more. Is Wyndon Gabriel clutch client?
No, but he got hurt. He got hurt.
Is Wyndon Gabriel clutch client?
Hold on. He got hurt. Hold on. Wyndon Gabriel actually played well for them for a while.
Is he a clutch client? Yes or no? Is he? Hold on.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
is 9 of the Schroeder a clutch client?
Who?
Dennis Schroeder. Is he clutch client?
No, but LeBron James brought him to the team.
So what was I complaining about when it came to Darvin Ham? Please reiterate what I've always said I hated about Darvin Ham.
Hold on. You said hold on. You said you hated his lineup. Hold on. You said he hated his lineup.
Line of management.
What else?
Ticket logic is you complaining about all of the things that Clutch Sports provided to the team. That's what ticket is. Everything that's on that crew, Clutch Sports provided to this crew.
Hold on, but the coach is the best he can do. Chill. This is my whole point.
Including the coach. That's what
ticket's point. Hold on. This is why I get mad at Dom, because he ain't right. Under the circumstances, Chilltown, this is why he did a great job before they made the trades. They never was getting blown out. Even with that trash ass roster that everybody said they had, they was in every single game. They lost like 9 close games that went down to the wire before the trade. All those games was close. It wasn't like they was getting ran out the gym every single night. Those games was coming down to the wire. They just couldn't close the games. So the coach was there doing his job. The star players didn't close, the Russes, the LeBrons, and the ADs, and then deal with this, the injuries. He never take that into equation, bro. Shaq, this is why you have to be on channel. Bro, we all know this. It's not, you can't ask legitimately of a coach to do a great job when he got a different lineup every 5 games. Bro, you can't go 5 straight games with the same lineup.
How much percentage are you giving Darvin Ham for I guess tampering
with
the championship? Okay. No, the percentage with Clutch, with Bron, with everything that's involved. What's the percentage?
I don't even know how many players on the team are Clutch clients. I don't know that. I don't know that information. So if it's an overwhelmingly glaring difference in the fact that we have 9 Clutch clients on it, that's fine. When you put me and Chill on the big screen, I was like, shit, it's possible that's the case. I don't know because I don't work for the damn NBA. You see that behind me? This is what I do. I'm a nigga at home on YouTube. That's it. So there's stuff that happens that I don't know. So I can admit if I'm ignorant to something. So if it is some trickery going on because LeBron got a bunch of his boys paid and they're on the team, cool. If someone in the chat just said Wyndon Gabriel is a Clutch client, so if Wyndon Gabriel is getting minutes on his team because he's under LeBron's wing, he's under the wing of Clutch Sports, okay, then we have a bigger conversation to have. I didn't know that. But if I'm talking about my issues with Darvin Ham, it's the lack of rotations, the lack of adjustments, the 3 guard lineups, and not making sense with having Wyndon Gabriel in. Now, if you're going to tell me out of the 4 things I always complain about, 3 of them got something to do with LeBron, then we can have a conversation about LeBron because I'm not above criticizing LeBron James. But if it's just Wyndon Gabriel is the only thing LeBron controls in the things I talked about because Dennis Schroeder is not a Clutch client, what are we doing? Because Dennis Schroeder is getting unnecessary minutes.
You can't complain about the roster. You can't complain about the roster. You can't hold on. You can't complain about the food. Talk shit about the chef when the food comes out bad. No, you cannot complain about you. You set up here. Hold on. You set up here and said the roster was flawed. Hold on. You set up here and said before the trade the roster was flawed.
Makes a bad dish.
Hold on. You set up here and said that the roster was bad before the trade. The roster was constructed bad. You said that. So how the hell you gonna complain about a coach when you just said the roster was constructed bad?
But that's when I complain about Rob Pelinka, and then you say, "Oh, it's not Pelinka, it's LeBron."
No, I'm saying you. I'm saying you. Don't stop. I'm saying you. No, I'm saying you. No, my brother. I'm saying you're complaining. Hold on.
Why is Pat Bev getting minutes? That would be the questions I'm asking.
Because LeBron James wanted him on the team. Because LeBron wanted him on the team.
So LeBron wanted Pat Bev on the team. So that's it. That's all it is.
Hey, hold on. Michael Jordan look at the coach. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Michael look at the coach, tell the coach, man, if you don't get this MF out the game, get his ass out right now. Put him in the game, man. LeBron James, one of the greatest players to ever play basketball. He had the cachet to do that. That's why Shaq need to be on this channel every single day to tell y'all the truth, bro. The star players can look. Hold on. The star players can look at the coach like Darvin Ham.
I was just asking.
But that's not news, though. Even if Shaq confirms it, that's not the point. That's not the point.
I was just asking questions. I didn't know where this came from. So chill, you got it. You can explain.
We all know that star players have a lot of pull. We all know that star players are the ones who pull all the strings. The fact that LeBron James, how we got on this with LeBron James and Clutch Sports, the fact that he got magnified like other players in the league don't do the same thing is ridiculous because they do. I'm 100% confident after J.R. Smith won the Sixth Man of the Year, he got his brother signed to the New York Knicks on a $500,000 deal. J.R. Smith.
Hold on.
J.R. Smith, who's a mid-level player. So we ain't even talking about superstars like KD. We ain't talking about superstars like if I'm not on the fence when I say that Steph Curry is not. You just don't hear about it. Steph Curry is not sitting aside going, "Yo, I'm just gonna let what the front office do. I'm just gonna let them do what they do." They talk to him about what's going on. They talk to him and they ask their input about what's going on, and he has some influence on what they do, just like all superstars do. It just so happens that James is such a polarizing figure that everything he does is in the news. And you having the agenda that you have on James, you magnify it. What you'll turn around and do is you'll turn around and tell everybody else. We need to make sure that we listen to you because you're the only one telling the truth. In reality, we know all about this. This isn't news.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I don't have an agenda. I'm asking all of you guys one question. All of you impartial people, all of you fair people, all of you people who love justice, honesty, and truth in this world. Now you tell me, since Uncle Chilltown gonna sit up here and lie to the world, you tell me one player in the National Basketball Association, they got his own agency, they got 7 players on the same team and the coach from his agency. Tell me one. That ain't the same as you getting your brother's son. Hold on. Because Jalen, I know you ready to come up here doing the backup dancing, living the vida loca. Hold on one second. You and LeBron James backstrap sniffer. So hold on one second.
That's how we say.
Tell me one. Hold on. Tell me one. Do Steph Curry got his own agency? Do KD got his own agency? Well, he might need one with all the players he's stacking the deck with. We admit that. We cooking for that. But then look across the board. All I'm saying to Damo Chilltown is this. He sat up here and called Darvin Ham a terrorist. I think that was very disrespectful of a dude that took a team when y'all said he had a better roster, he took him to the Western Conference Finals first time around. I thought what he said was very disrespectful. Hold on. I thought what you said was very disrespectful because you're talking about a first-year coach. You called the man a terrorist. When we seen other first-year coaches not do the same as what Darvin Ham did, but had more talent. I can go back and take you to the Lakers days when they had Shaq and Eddie Jones, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And who was the coach over there at that time, Chilltown? Was it not Dale Harris? Now, but you won't call Dale Harris a terrorist. You won't call none of them other coaches. You won't call Tyronn Lue a terrorist. But you'll sit your ass in here and call Darvin Ham, who went to the Western Conference Final his first year. You'll call him one.
First of all, you don't know me. Go pull up the tape of how I used to talk about Tyronn Lue. What are you talking about? And two, ticket. Listen to me. How many Laker games did you actively watch last season? Full Laker games. How many did you watch?
Every one. Go look at the strings on my channel. Hold on. Go look at the strings on my channel. Chilltown.
Okay, hold on. So you're telling me out of watching, so you watched every Laker game. So you're telling me listen to me, Ticket. So you're telling me you're gonna tell these people you're talking the truth to. You're going to tell me Darvin Ham legit did not have a repeated cycle of terrible lineup management. He did not have a repeated cycle of pulling AD after good stretches and leaving him in when he's playing bad. He didn't have repeated stretches all season pre-post trade deadline of putting an inoperable 3-guard lineup in anytime. You're telling me those
three things didn't happen. To answer your question, first of all, I think you're a buck dancer. And second of all, I'm going to tell you like this straight up. I think that you a damn lie because I'm going to say it again. What is it fair for a coach who doesn't have the same lineup due to injuries and moving pieces in the roster for 5 games? He never had the same lineup for 5 games. Never. How can we criticize him for his rotations when he got all these dudes getting hurt, dudes in and out the lineup, having to low manage dudes? That's not easy as a head coach, bro.
Hey, yo,
hold on. You stood up here. You stood up here.
A question, thinking in my mind, oh, this is the day Ticker will finally answer one of my damn questions.
I answered your question. Hold on. I answered your question. I don't have a problem. Hold on. I don't have no problem with it.
Taking it, Damo. We about to move off of this. Hey, what's
up, baby?
Hold on.
Tap in right quick, Jalen.
Yeah. No, I think we can all agree that LeBron definitely has the most power in terms of dictating teammates out of any player, probably in NBA history, just because of the way he chooses to use himself as the greatest player of all time and use that impact to get these players. Look, does he hold responsibility for getting a lot of these Lakers players on the roster? 100%. I think that Russell Westbrook trade, choosing between DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry versus Russell Westbrook, that was on LeBron James. He got the pick. He chose the wrong pick, and I'm on him for that too. So 100% is definitely on LeBron. But what Damo's saying too is that I think both of you can be right. Is it difficult for Darvin Ham to what Ticker said, difficult for Darvin Ham to coach, right, when he's had starting lineups that were different. But Damo's also right when he said when you saw some of the game plans, some of the defensive schemes that he put on, some of the rotations he puts out there, Darvin Ham wasn't optimizing what he had on the team. Was the team flawed? Yes, absolutely. But he also wasn't optimizing that flawed team. So I think both can be right in that way.
No, Dale.
What up, Dale?
What's good with you, Dale? How you living?
Dylan, I'm here because
whose back you got on this, Dale? I see you got the baby, the Biggie Smalls Cool G on. What's up, baby? What you got?
I'm here because Aladdin's here. I never been on the show with Aladdin.
What up, Dale?
So I'm here because Aladdin's here.
I'm with it.
That's
Dale, I have one question
Where
for
my
you
jacket
since you are here.
No, hold on. Yo, so my friend is watching. He's like, as soon as I get in the chat, why do y'all bring up KD name? Is that like
the KD guy?
Not you. I'm talking about the chat.
Oh, the
My
chat.
name is
We know you're KD. Yeah, you're KD's guy.
So you guys spoke about him today?
No,
not
actually
yet.
we didn't.
Now we are.
Since you here, brother.
Hold on, I heard it was a few episodes ago where KD got brought up, and I seen in the comments somebody said, "I wish Dale was here to defend KD," but I have no idea what the guys.
Yeah. Larry Bird.
That was a Larry Bird. When Mars, when your favorite suspect Mars was in here lying, Bob out here talking about some Larry and Chilltown sorry ass too, Dale. Talking about Larry Bird got better. He got better ball handling skills than Kevin Durant. All three of these dudes need to be stripped down.
He's gonna rewind the tape. I said KD nicer with the pill.
You said it. I know a couple of y'all said it.
You said it. You and Bob still with Mars.
I can rewind the tape. I said KD is nicer with the pill than Bird. I said that.
Yeah, I think
you said Bird has better ball.
I chose Bird in every single category.
Yeah, that's a little crazy, y'all.
Yes,
So did I.
I can't believe it. Bob said, Mars said, even Chilltown said.
Wait,
he's telling
he's a better ball handler than him?
I said that shit. Then I meant it.
You think he's a better ball handler for real?
I mean, look, if we're doing all the flashy cross, all that, like, okay, KD can do that, but nobody's taking the ball from Larry Bird, so he's a good ball handler.
Look at the
it doesn't have to look so pretty, bro.
Look at the turnovers per game.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So,
Jack,
Allen Iverson averaged 530. Larry Bird's a better ball handler than him.
What'd you say?
Allen Iverson averaged a lot of turnovers. Larry Bird dribbles. Let's look at the turnovers. Let's look at the Mars. I'm talking about Mars. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see the turnovers.
This is a stormy road that we're going down right now. This is ugly. Okay.
Hey man, stop saying it. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself.
Nobody actually thinks Nobody actually thinks that.
Why this is an ugly road we going down? Because, just so you guys know, for the record, I think Russell Westbrook averages a little over 4 turnovers a game for his career. You know how many turnovers Magic Johnson averages for his career? 4. Does that mean that him and Russ are the same level ball handler? Is that what we're saying?
What are you doing here?
Can you break down the turnover?
Is that what we're doing?
Even ball security. Even ball security.
But there's also you got to factor in the error tax formula for turnovers as well. That's something that's not being factored in. So when you do the error tax formula, Bird's turnovers versus KD's just the worst ball handler, just statistically.
Mars, I know you're trolling.
No, he's not. No, he's not, Dale. He's dead ass serious.
I wholeheartedly. I know you guys met up and had a good time, but there's no way in hell Mars believed this. I'm sorry. It's no way in hell. No. It's just is you basing turnovers on ball handling is ridiculous to me. It's the worst thing I've ever heard. That's how you get turnovers. It's the worst thing I've ever heard on this show.
You mishandle the ball, you get a turnover. That's life.
Yes, I did say that.
Turnovers do Steph Curry?
Yes, I did, and I stand on
3.5, I think.
And how much is Bird average?
Let me check. I think it was like 3. I think.
Oh, better ball handler than Steph.
Yep. No, Bird is at.
I could live with that.
3.1, and Steph is at
3.5.
I have to check. Steph is at 3.1. They're the same level ball handlers. See?
Okay, perfect. I will not just go to your topic, Ron. And I love your little bun in your hair you have going on there, little bow tie.
Appreciate it. All right, y'all. It's about time to jump into these super chats. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Shout out everybody watching the show. If you haven't liked the video, what's a better time than now to like the video? Drip Bayless came through with the super chat. It's a good one, too. 7-game series. Who wins? The 94 Magic or the 2023 Denver Nuggets?
Really? How is this a good one? Number one, the 94 Magic, I think they got swept out of the playoffs. The Nuggets won the NBA championship. They didn't even make it to the finals in 94. Why are we talking about the 94 Magic?
I think the one thing they're trying to say, Chill, is the matchup with Shaq would have been different. He's in his prime going against.
No, he wasn't. Shaq was in year 2.
No, I'm saying, but that was hold on. But listen, people, where I'm coming from though. He was kind of going into his prime already, in my opinion. One year 28. One year 28 a game already.
Damn.
Yeah, he was on 28.
So that in Orlando was a monster. So you putting him at that time against Jokic, he cancels Jokic out. He takes Jokic out the series because Jokic cannot guard Shaq. Jokic would be in foul trouble two and out every single game. And then they would have to come up with guys like what's old boy with the dreads, Bob? The big dude.
DeAndre Jordan. Yeah,
they would have to come out with DJ, and then after DJ, they ain't got they had Thomas Bryant. He would have wiped all them dudes out, man. Like they would have problems.
So Shaq in 1994, he probably could have beat Denver by himself. This championship.
Based off the fact he would have had Jokic in foul trouble. Now he would have had a problem trying to guard Jokic on the perimeter if Jokic is catching the ball on the high post. But with Shaq and them dudes at that age, man, them dudes had to guard Shaq, bro. Man, dude's picking up 2 fouls quick, dog. He backing dudes and dunking that thing. Chill time. So
I think he probably meant the finals Magic team. I think that's probably what he wanted to say. Maybe just typed in the wrong ear. I think that finals Magic team would be, like you said, I do think Jokic would get in foul trouble. Penny versus Jamal Murray, I think would be a cool 1v1 matchup. I think a guy like Dennis Scott would probably have a really good series against him, especially in today's era. I think it'd be close.
Way better role players for Orlando. They use them more. Him, Anderson, Nick Anderson. Was Hogan on that team too, Chilltown?
No, he ain't. Well, 95.
He was the next year, right?
No. Who was the 4 on that team for Orlando, y'all?
In 94, it was. Let's see. In 94, you had Penny Hardaway.
Let's talk about 95 though. I'm almost positive he meant 95. Like
okay, so 95. We're talking about a different crew in 95, right?
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about Penny Hardaway in 95. He's much better in 95 than he was the year before. The year before in 94. So I think he handles Jamal Murray as well as he can. Shaq dealing with Joker, even though Joker is in his prime. Shaq in year 3. I mean, I think that year.
That's 28, 29, and like 13, 12.
Actually, the year before that, Shaq just missed out on the scoring championship with David Robinson.
Only person that made Shaq look bad was Hakeem, bro. Like, that's the only dude.
So with that being said, that 95 team, Nick Anderson might have been the linchpin because we saw who he was in the playoffs and how he couldn't really handle the pressure of icing games. We saw how when he missed them free throws, that completely ended him. But the dirty work guys, I think Aaron Gordon, I think Horace Grant handles him, pushes him away from the basket, knocks down that mid-range. I think he cleans glass. Shaq and Joker bringing Shaq away from the basket, that's going to be a problem, but Shaq will punish him in the paint. And they will go to Shaq on the regular. They won't go to Shaq every once in a while. They will go to Shaq on the regular. We're not playing by what everybody's talking about, quote unquote, today's rules. We're playing basketball. And basketball is get the ball to the big man. Get the ball to the big man, a dominant big man like Shaq. Then you got long ball shooters like Dennis Scott. He would cancel out guys like KCP. I think they would handle Denver. That 95.
Hey, what about the coaching though? Y'all ain't saying about the coaching. Brian Hill and
Brian Hill was a good coach though. Brian Hill was a damn good coach. He knew how to scheme defensively against.
Was he a terrorist like Nam say Darvin Ham was?
No, I don't think so.
I think they're both good coaches.
I think that they were both good coaches. I don't think he was a terrorist like Damo said. No.
Is anybody up here taking the Nuggets over that 95 Magic team? Mars?
Never.
Yes.
Penny kills Jamal.
I think the Jokic foul trouble thing is a real thing. I think he definitely gets in serious foul trouble.
The Nuggets average 115 points a game. The Magic averaged 110. 115 is higher than 110.
115 is higher than 110. 100%. Is it really that simple?
I don't know where I would be without you, Mars. You really just.
I'm just educating.
But the Mars is BS because the game changes. When you play a guy like Shaq, when you play a guy like Shaq, you know this. When you play a guy like Shaq, the game is gonna change when you playing Shaq in his younger days and in his prime because they're throwing down the pace.
I got Orlando in 5 or 6, but I don't think it's gonna be that close. I really don't think it's gonna be that close.
I thought you was capping for Mars.
Nah, it's just that Mars, it's just that sometimes when I get up in the clouds, Mars just brings me down to earth. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be needing that shit sometimes. Man.
All right, y'all, keeping it pushing. Marquivian Black said Lowe was very nasty 6 months ago. I had to go back. Are Lowe's takes not aging too well?
Lowe's just not very.
Hey, Damo putting extra chili on that hot dog right now.
Football CF Candy said Bulls could theoretically run a similar scheme to Sac. Vooch has a similar game to Sabonis. Maybe better shot, plus taller, but they dumb, so they won't do that.
Not without what's my guy, what's his name? Lonzo. Like that they have to have Lonzo over there. Like I mean that's my opinion. I'm definitely not a basketball expert, but I believe that without Lonzo Ball, I don't think they're going I don't think they could do it, you know. I think they're gonna have to blow that up there in Chicago. You know, Mars like free DeMar. You know, let that man go be great.
Facts, man. Free DeMar. Give him that Saudi Arabia check, man.
Whoa,
Mars, what happens if?
Ron, tell him put some respect. Ron, tell him put some respect on my name. I sent you some information yesterday, Ron.
Mars, what happens if DeMar DeRozan goes to another crew, right? Because
like Miami,
we're basically on the other side of his career. DeMar DeRozan goes to another crew, and let's say he's the third guy on the NBA championship team. And in the process of him being that, you know, DeMar DeRozan has almost over 20,000 points, wins the NBA championship. How are we talking about him? And he's the third guy on the NBA championship team.
He's first ballot.
Yeah.
The math is
let me rephrase the question, Mars. Let me rephrase the question. What's the narrative on DeMar DeRozan?
Probably one of the underrated players of this era. They're going to talk about how there was a time where it was James Harden, Klay Thompson, and DeMar DeRozan as the 3 best shooting guards in the league. How he was battling with LeBron and he just couldn't get over that hump, but he was making conference finals. Then he finally gets one of the best mid-range scorers. Like, that's going to be the narrative. The facts will be he's trash, but no one cares about the facts. It's cool.
I think if DeRozan went to the Lakers that year, they got Westbrook instead, they win that chip. I think he has a third option on that team. They win that chip.
DeRozan
was balling out that year too. He was balling out.
That was the year after San Antonio, right?
That was MVP candidate.
Yeah, so
I did see a big change in DeMar's game after he left from Pop though. It seemed like he was finding his spots a lot
easier. You put
easier.
him next to LeBron and AD.
It wasn't like he just got so much better. It was just he was finding his spot. He was finding his spots, getting to his spots easier. It seemed like after Pop, it kind of simplified his game a little bit. And I do think after he left from San Antonio, DeMar looked a lot better. That's my opinion.
I've always been a DeMar DeRozan fan, but listen, Aladdin. That DeMar DeRozan y'all keep loving on the Bulls his first year, y'all would not have seen that next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
He ain't giving us 30, but he giving us 18 a night on good efficiency.
It was a totally different makeup. Because in San Antonio, he was only averaging like 19, 20. Mm-hmm. When he signed with the Bulls, he was going to Zach LaVine's team, and then he made it his team.
No doubt.
Like people are like, oh yeah, we should have got DeMar instead of. Y'all seen it after what he was performing with the Bulls and was like, damn, we could have used that, thinking he would have been the same player next to LeBron and AD.
He's not giving us 30, but he's giving us a solid 18 on good shooting. When LeBron or AD is hurt, he's gonna give us 25 a night.
What you're predicting for him to score 25 is just too much. It's too much. He'll walk into a totally different role. If he admits that role, he averaged 16, and then Lakers fans is calling DeMar a bum. You know how y'all get.
Not only are they doing that, Dale, we completely leaving out how after the Lakers won the NBA, because the Lakers won the NBA championship the year before that. Is that correct?
DeMar went to Chicago in 22, so it'd be 22.
Okay, so it would be the year after that. And just so you know, Anthony Davis missed 42 games that year.
Mm-hmm. And so when Anthony Davis would have held it down while those
DeMar DeRozan would have held it down.
But look, y'all imagine the same things to happen. This is what y'all are really predicting, the exact same thing. AD gets injured, we have DeMar instead. Why are you predicting the exact same thing? It would have been totally different from the get. What if AD never gets hurt?
I'm sure
they did it for Adele. They did it for Russ too, and look how they did Russ.
Like that's what I'm saying. And then
DeMar is a better fit on that team than Russ, though. We just knew that. DeMar is a better fit, being able to play off ball, being a better shooter, especially.
Y'all said. Dale's right. No, you're a liar, Jalen. Dale's right. Y'all said that if one of them dudes was hurt, Russ is gonna be able to take over games. Ain't that what they said, Dale? He'll be able to take over and win games. When one of them dudes get hurt, they'll be able to. Man, whatever, man. You a lie, boy.
DeMar do not shoot threes.
I think that year he shot better than for his career, but he's still very a mid-range specialist. Still gets
he shot like 2 30s.
What did he shoot? I think
he made a 3 like every 3 games. He made one.
He would have taken more threes playing next to LeBron and AD.
Yeah, then he looks worse.
Whether he shoots 40%, no, he won't.
Yeah, he looks even worse.
Over Westbrook with the fade.
All right, y'all. Mars, is Russ better than DeMar?
Prime Russ, yeah.
I'm working over here. What are you doing?
I'm about to go outside. They doing my carpet. I got to get my deposit back, So.
All right, y'all. Keeping it pushing on to the next super chat. Saya sent through a bunch of super chats, and I'm gonna try to read them all. They said talk about the NBA national TV games and that the NBA is still not pushing young talent, like how they missed Jokic when he was still young.
We spoke about that last week, but to be fair to Jokic, like not many people saw what was coming, so it's not.
But even using cases like Jokic and Giannis, where no one expected it, but it ended up happening, I would still assume the NBA would be like, okay, well, seeing how 2 of the top guys in the league right now were guys we didn't really push coming up, we need to make it abundantly clear we care about this young talent so everybody can watch them. And for you to go out there and give the last 2 number 1 picks a combined 9 national TV games is insane.
Dom, but they
gave Wemby 19.
But they gave Wemby 19, so it's like, all right, you're picking favorites. You know who you want to push, but Cade Cunningham and Paolo easily deserves even more recognition.
They don't deserve it. Dom, listen. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. Bro.
They do not deserve more than Wemby.
Hold on. You're in the money. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. You're in the money business, Dom. Hold on. You're in the money business, Damo. And listen. You people ask. I'm gonna tell you the truth about what it is. The truth is these old ass dudes are still hanging around, and they still selling tickets. Older dudes like Curry, like KD, like LeBron James, they still relevant. They still have huge fan bases and they still around. The NBA is not finna abandon dudes. They got 20 and 30 million followers online to go to these new cats who damn near ain't got 1 million followers who are just coming up. Now, if all those dudes were out of the league, it's different. Because remember, the league, and Chill trying to tell you this, they wanted Mike to stay away after Mike left because they wanted to build up the new talent. When Mike came back, they was kind of upset that he came back because they wanted to go ahead forward and build up the new talent. So until the old dudes retire and move on, that's when you'll see all the Ja Morants more. That's when you'll see all the young guys more get pushed and now everybody will have to pay attention to them. But as long as you got these dudes who got all this popularity, who are icons like LeBron James is a living legend. He's an icon. Steph Curry's a living legend. He's an icon. These dudes pushing 30, 40, 50 million followers. If I'm a TV company, I'm not trying to see Paolo Banchero over goddamn Steph Curry and LeBron James, the old asses. Because they still selling, they still selling out arena.
Though. And that's the issue. You don't have to see Paolo over LeBron, all those guys. The NBA is in a place now where you can not even evenly market, because even that seems like you're being a bit too generous. You're in a place now where you can showcase all of your talent due to social media, due to just the easy access to watching basketball games. There should be no reason why, with all these national televised games, you as a business don't think I need to push some of this young talent, seeing how my top dogs are 31, 32, 33 to 39 years old. That makes zero sense. But at the same time, hold on. But at the same time, I can sit here and say, oh, well, we do want to push Wemby. Let's give this team 19 games and everyone else 4. I'm not saying it has to be equal and even. All I'm saying is Cade Cunningham, Paolo, they definitely deserve more than 4, 3, and 5 national TV games.
They don't. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why they don't. They don't have a. If you have a losing, hold on. If you have a losing record, hold on, Damo.
Spurs had a losing record. They have 19.
If you hold on. Here's the difference with that. When you have a dude, hold on. When you have a dude that's like that, or when you have a dude that's coming, he's a once in a generation type of dude. So that's the reason why he's getting that. He's a dude that's been hyped up as one of the best prospects ever. So yeah, he's gonna get that. Yeah, LeBron James gonna get that coming into the league as a chosen one. Ain't nobody trying to see no goddamn Paolo Banchero and all them dudes. Hold on, Damo.
No, tell me the last rookie to come into the NBA with an NBA-ready body and produce from day one.
I'm not saying it. I'm saying until they hold on, Damo. I'm saying until they win games. Improve. Hold on. Right, Melo. But Damo, improve until they win games. Improve that they have that impact on the NBA. The same stuff is going to keep happening, because if I first of all, I'm not going to put 2 bad teams on national TV because nobody want to watch that. If I put a good team with a bad team with a young talent and they getting their hell beat out of them, ain't nobody going to watch that. The viewership is going to be out of the window by halftime when they getting beat by 40. They get their brains beat out. This is the reason why. Go ahead, Chill.
There's a reason why the Toronto Raptors, when they had Vince Carter, there's a reason why they was on TV more, because they started winning. And when they started winning, David Stern said, yo, we got to start pushing Vince Carter. Banchero, who's in Orlando, if they start winning, like Ticket just said, if they start winning, you will see them on TV more. San Antonio has a history. And with San Antonio having a history with the big guys, with David Robinson, with Tim Duncan, and being in the playoffs for all of these years, and now getting the number 1 overall pick in the draft, and this being the future of the league right here. That's what this dude is. Banchero is not the future of the league, but I will tell you this: if the Orlando Magic start winning, if the Orlando Magic start winning, I can guarantee you they will be on TV more. Let the Orlando Magic jump out the gate and they're 11-5. Let them jump out the gate and they 12-2. You will, and Banchero is doing something like 25-12. We got to get these guys on TV more.
You know what? And Chilltown, I'm so glad you just said that, because that's not true. Why does the Oklahoma City Thunder have significantly less games when they did have a young guy pop off in MVP conversations and started winning, and they even received sub amount of national TV games? You're going to tell me no one wants to watch Chet Holmgren and SGA play basketball? Because that's not the case. Everyone sits here and talks about how great Chet can be. Everyone was on SGA about how great he is. So why are they Klay not getting pushed. So it's not just about winning. The league is picking favorites. I just want consistency. If you're going to tell me it's about winning, that's fine. Let's look at the history and tell me that winning adds games. Why is the team that just won a championship only getting 30 national games, but the Warriors, and if you want to say star power, cool. So don't sell me on, oh, it's about winning when the teams that just got in the finals, dead ass, only have 24 and 30 respective national TV games, but the Clippers got 22.
It's about players. Ticket said it, bro. It's about players.
Jokic's a former MVP. He just won a finals MVP.
And Joker might be one of the most insignificant. Joker might be one of the most insignificant MVPs, kind of, and like Steve Nash. He might be one of those kind of MVPs where the league ain't pushing him nearly as much as they should. They ain't pushing him nearly as much as they should. But when you're talking about Oklahoma City, well, you're talking about Chet Holmgren, that logic doesn't work. The reason why that logic doesn't work is because, number one, Chet Holmgren is coming off of an injury-plagued season. He didn't play the whole season. So he might be damaged goods. We can't push this dude out to the forefront, and he might be damaged.
What about SGA?
You can't do that.
So Chet was the second name. SGA is the main catalyst of why he just entered the echelon of a higher tier point guard. He should get more games, but that's not the case.
We're still talking about a team that did not make the playoffs. Winning. Let's make sure we're clear on that.
Winning. 22 to 41 wins.
And did not make the playoffs. They did not make the playoffs.
I think we're all... I was going to say, I think we're all talking about the wrong thing. I think what people have to realize is that the NBA is not the only decision maker here. These networks, ESPN, TNT, paying them $1 billion. They have whole analytics teams that are looking at, player interaction on social media. They're looking at ratings over the past 5 years, and they're help dictating what games are picked. Right. So when people are picking these Stephen Curry games, LeBron games, Durant, all they care about, as much as I'd love to see young players, I get what you're saying, Tom. As much as I'd love to see the young players and see more of them, these networks, they don't care. They could care less about young players. They're gonna pick the games that they think will bring them the most ratings, that will bring them the most advertising dollars. And what those guys are Stephen Curry, are LeBron James, are still the Kevin Durants. So when you're
they're setting themselves up for
Minnesota has 10. Minnesota has 10
teams,
games, and now we got people talking about Ant's the future of the league, but he only gets 10 national TV games, and they were a playoff team last year.
Yo, it's not just all about players too, though. It's about teams and franchises as well. Hold on, just hear me out. Just hear me out.
Is it players?
No, just hear me out. It's a culmination of a lot of things, but also too, it doesn't matter how good or trash the Lakers are. They're gonna get those games. The Celtics, they're going to get those games. The Warriors, they're going to get those games. You got to understand the Warriors are a dynasty at this moment in time. As currently constructed, they were going to get their games no matter what. The Lakers, no matter what. The Knicks, they're going to get some games no matter what, because these are storied franchises. So you also got to factor that in. Then you got to go to the tycoons of the NBA, the LeBron Jameses, Steph Currys, the Kevin Durant's. These guys, they're going to get their games. And then, obviously, you got to go with the biggest storylines. Victor Wembanyama has one of the biggest storylines coming into the year. They had to give him that. Hype or not. Now, if he doesn't live up to it, I guarantee next year the Spurs don't get all these games. But coming into it, you don't think they're trying to take advantage of all that, all the eyes that are on him? So it's a lot of things that got to get factored in. And it's just like, unfortunately, some of these smaller dudes, they just fall through the cracks.
And you got to remember too, Damo, you leaving out a major important piece to all of this. So the Clippers playing as many games as they play on TV. Well, who are they playing? Because they're not playing against Detroit on national television, right? They're not playing Indiana on national television, because that's not really going to get a lot of views if they playing the Lakers on national television. Why is that game on national TV? Because of James. If they're playing Denver on national TV, why is that on national TV? That's against the world champs. And we got star power with Kawhi Leonard, with Paul George, with Russell Westbrook, with LeBron James, with Anthony Davis, right? So you got to also remember who they're playing. It's not just we're going to throw these guys on TV, and in the process of throwing them on TV, we're going to put them on TV against anybody. Nobody cares. Unfortunately, nobody cares about the Detroit Pistons outside of Detroit. I actually dig what they're doing, but nobody is really caring about what they're doing in Charlotte. Nobody cares about that.
When you say nobody cares, he talking about Damo. He ain't talking about the fans.
Casuals. I know.
We talking about the TV network. We talking about the networks want that money, bro.
But what I am going to say, and I agree, I'm not saying that y'all are wrong. I get that. That is detrimental to this NBA. That is a terrible thing. Just because we understand what's happening doesn't mean we all just need to kumbaya and be like, oh, well, it is what it is.
No.
I'm not saying y'all. Wait, I'm not saying y'all. I'm talking about people in the chat. There's no way motherfuckers can sit here, and I'm sorry about my language, but this is crazy. There's no way motherfuckers want to sit here and call me all types of casual this, casual that. I don't know ball, but you bum ass niggas don't want to sit down and watch some of the best talent coming up in the next 5 years. Y'all just want to slurp up Stephen Curry. You can't call me a casual when I sit here every fucking night in, night out, random Tuesdays, and I'm watching the Spurs. I'm watching the Magic. I'm watching the Jazz. I'm watching this shit that y'all don't want to watch, but y'all want to sit here and tell me, oh, I'm crazy for putting X player on this list and right here for this. So suck my dick. I'm saying you can't sit here and tell me. You can't sit here and call me a casual. You can't sit here and be mad about my takes. You can't sit here and get mad about how I list these players when I sit here and fucking watch them and y'all don't. I sit here and hype up if I sit here and hype up Paulo and you're like, oh man, well, I don't watch him play. Well, sit down and shut the fuck up because I know what I'm talking about because I watch Paulo play. That's my issue. People love to throw that casual word around, but you don't watch no damn basketball. You sit there and wait for Basketball Reference. You sit there and wait for House of Highlights to drop highlights of these players. You don't even watch them fucking play. But I'm the casual, and I waste my goddamn nights watching blowouts in goddamn Indiana. Eat my ass, bro.
And if you ain't down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Damo, I wanna like it.
Yo, Damo, I was with you up to the whole last part, but
this my thing. I don't watch Orlando for Paolo. I watch Orlando for Franz.
Hey, and why Damo was cooking, they just punished James Harden for calling Daryl Morey a liar.
James Harden got fined $100K.
Yeah,
he gonna say something else stupid. He gonna say something else stupid too, just to get fined again. Watch.
Yeah, he ain't tripping.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that though. I don't like that because it's like I understand sometimes when they fine you for certain things, but during the offseason, if you had a different like a difference in opinion and you feel like he's a liar, calling him a liar, now they're just trying to I feel like that's a punishment, like trying to keep him in line, like don't speak bad about Master type shit, like that. And I don't agree. I'm not on James Harden's side. I'm not on Daryl Morey's side. Whatever you say his name, Daryl's side. It's just like I still don't think it's right for him to do that though. Like, if he lied to him, he lied to him. If I'm telling the truth, like that's all right. Why not find Daryl Morey for lying?
It's probably
in his contract. I still haven't gotten a satisfactory answer on why nobody is asking one question and one question only. James Harden said Daryl Morey lied. Mm-hmm. What is he lying about, James?
Oh no, they did.
Oh, he already said it. He said he lied. He said he lied about the trade. He said he lied and said he's going to trade him. He said that if he opted in, he would trade him to the strippers.
He would trade him quick. That's what he
said,
right? That's what he said. He said that he would trade him promptly, right?
Right. He hit him with the okie doke. He said, "I ain't gonna trade you. You did exactly what I wanted you to do." Now, see, here's the thing: James Harden lied to them too. He lied to him with his game in the playoffs last year.
Oh damn!
So,
which one's worse, Sticky? Which one's worse?
That line on the court with your game, because that stuff he did, and I mean, he getting everything he's supposed to get back to him. Same stuff he gave out to Doc Rivers. Same way you went and got Doc fired, they're gonna do you. They're gonna strip you down. And I'm gonna tell you something. They're gonna end up doing them like Stephon Marbury and those guys. They're gonna end up blackballing this guy. Watch what I tell you, bro. They're gonna stand because James
Steph did it to himself. He should have stayed. He should have kept solid and stayed with KG.
I'm just saying. Perk did something that he said something that was right, bro. The league don't need James Harden at this point. If James Harden don't play, he ain't like you gonna. You know what I'm saying? You ain't Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
That's gotta be a hard pill to swallow for James Harden.
He can go to China. He can go to China now. They won't miss him. The NBA won't miss him.
Hey,
yeah, they won't miss him. So he needs to stop tripping, Jalen.
Yeah, I was about to say that super chat, that very last super chat, Ron.
Hold up, I got you. From Keys, Keys said, "I'm with Damo. The world needs to see Paulo, Franz, and Markelle more. That ass Orlando needs more airtime."
And it's not even just. It's not. I'm gonna say it's. Well, Markelle's cool, but it's not even just Orlando. If you look at this the national team we got out there right now, guys like, and it's the guys that are impactful that's catching all these eyes. Anthony Edwards only has 10 national televised games. Halliburton only has 6 nationally televised games. If you want to go, give me another top name from Team USA going crazy this summer. Who is it? Jalen Brunson.
Mikal,
he's on the Knicks.
Bridges.
He has 25. Mikal 11. Who else?
Brandon Ingram.
Those guys got to like. Hey,
New Orleans,
Damo, respectfully, those guys, they got to win. They got to prove that they're market worthy. Like when you want to get on the big screen, hold on. When you want to get like, hold on, Damo, it's just like this. Like you a big dog out here on YouTube. You over 100 racks. Not a lot of people doing it. You know, ain't no little penny Annie cockeyed dude gonna come up here with 10 subs, acting like he on your level. Not gonna happen, bro. You gotta get your weight up, dog. Ain't nobody paying to see that. They paying to see the big dog. Hold on. Kill Town pushing 30 out here. He pushing 30 racks out here. They paying to see that. You understand what I'm saying? Mars been over here building up and helping put in a lot of work over here. Mars and Dub and all those guys. My boy Fluent and all these guys. People paying to come see that, bro. They're not paying to come see trash. They seeing Jalen Carter over here cooking all this time. Which would explain
why the Lakers are on TV as much as they are. Which would explain why the Knicks are on TV as much as they are. Which would explain why all of these teams are on, because they built up that reputation to be on TV, and they have the people who people want to see. Now, I understand what you're saying, Damo. I absolutely want to see. I'm a big Anthony Edwards fan, and I want to see Minnesota on TV. Only except the suits are thinking, who cares about the Minnesota Timberwolves? Even though they got this awesome talent, do they care about him more in Minnesota or if he was in New York? Do they care about him more in Minnesota or if he was in Oakland or if he was in San Francisco? Do they care about him more in Minnesota or if he was in Miami? Because if he was in Miami, I bet you they'd have more than 10 nationally televised games. Even if Buckets wasn't down there and he was down there, the market is that more than anything. Just like SGA. If SGA was in Phoenix, or if SGA was with the Clippers, or if SGA was with the Golden State Warriors, Oklahoma State, he would definitely be on TV more than what he is. The market tells you everything about why these guys aren't where they are. There's no reason why Orlando technically shouldn't be on TV more, because they got great young talent down there. Banchero is one of the better young players in the game. Who actually cares about Orlando when you're talking about the suits? Who cares about them? Because the fans in Orlando care about them, absolutely. And there are people who are in Boston who may care about them. However, who outside, we're talking about making money here, who really cares about the Orlando Magic? I can tell you that the casual fan in Dallas does not.
But real quick though, Damo, I just want to say, because Ticket ain't mentioned me, but y'all respect my 1,700.
You a big guy. So I respect my 1,700 subscribers. I don't got on you about that though, Ox. Ox came at me one time. Ox was like, "Yo, Ticket, I ain't got as big as 5." I said, "Bro, yes you do. We on here cooking together every single day. What are you talking about? Everybody know who Big Ox is now. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody know who Big. Everybody know who Ron is. Everybody know who Mars is. These people know who Jalen Carter is. Bro, we on here, bro. Look at this show. Look at the numbers we over here pushing, bro. We doing rips together, bro. We like the dream team for real. You understand what I'm saying? I miss my boy Fluent. We like the dream team for real, to be honest with y'all. So don't never think that, man. Because without all of us, the show ain't gonna do what it's supposed to do. But a bug eye, cockeyed, lazy. Come on, man. We ain't nobody paying to see that, man. Come on, bro. Nobody paying to see that, man.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand this whole winning. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get what y'all saying. Teams need to win. It's the market's house. I understand that. It just doesn't make sense in the world that we're in today, with how we're seeing basketball, how everyone is taking in basketball, with how we seen, and over the years of watching the first takes and the first thing first come out with headlines like when Skip Bayless went on national TV and literally made a headline out of LeBron James spelling someone's name wrong on Twitter and said, "Is this him taking a shot?" That right there is a sign that, hey, maybe relying on nothing but the top stars is a problem if we have nothing to talk about because we refuse to watch the game. When we have the people that are supposed to relay the message of the game to the fans not watching these other guys play because they're not on TV, that is a problem. I get why Jimmy John Subs over here in the chat isn't watching the Orlando Magic play. There's no reason anyone up here who is either paid or claims to love the game of basketball and talks about it to a passionate level, there's no reason none of us up here should not be watching the Orlando Magic, the Atlanta Hawks, the Indiana Pacers, to watch these young guys play so we actually have insight on what we're talking about. We're going to be sitting here and making lists, doing all types of comparisons and all that type of stuff. So that's where it becomes unfair and it makes no sense to me.
Yo, Damo, a couple things. I want to say I fully agree with you. I'm just, obviously, I don't run the NBA national TV algorithm, but I fully agree with you. We need to pay more attention to Wemby, Chet, Orlando, the Rockets. I'm as high as a men on Mars. Y'all heard what I said about him. I love Jalen Green, not as much as Mars, but I like watching Jalen Green. I like watching SGA. I like I was watching the Kings 4 years ago when all they had was De'Aaron and what's his name was a rookie, Halliburton. I like watching these younger players play, and so I'm with you. But I'm also saying that to say on this platform right here, we gonna talk about these young guys. We gonna give them they proper respect. We're gonna break their game down, and we're gonna project what we think they're gonna be. So on ESPN and all of that, they might not do that, but here they gonna get their due diligence, and we gonna make it happen on this platform, and that's why we are who we are. I'm gonna just
Mars was
very
the one.
fair.
Mars was the one. Mars was the one who turned me on to the Detroit Pistons. Mars was the one who turned me on to the San Antonio Spurs. I got to start watching them, and I had to start watching them. They were a tough watch, but I had to start watching them to start watching Cade Cunningham. I had to start watching them to start watching Jaden Ivey. I had to start watching these dudes. Mars turned me on to the kid in Minnesota, McDaniels. I don't know who McDaniels is, and I had to start watching Jaden McDaniels. I'm like, wait a minute, yo, this dude can ball, right? Anybody who knows me knows I'm a Herb Jones stan, and I'm a big Herb Jones guy. So I'm definitely pushing agendas about these guys to let everybody know that, yo, this dude can play. This dude you need to pay more attention to. This dude you need to pay more attention to. 100%.
But all right, y'all, this is the perfect time to go ahead and get into these best offenses in the National Basketball Association. We're going to rank it from 1 to obviously 30. Every team's going to go up here. Y'all know how we do. All we need is an order from some lucky fan. And then
can we give like some type of criteria? Like, can we just assume everybody's healthy? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that's healthy, can we assume everybody's healthy? Assume that no trades are being made? Can we just, do it that way? Or
teams as currently constructed.
Is this for next season?
Yes.
For the 23-24 season.
Yes. Teams as currently constructed. Obviously, you got to factor in the new roster moves and everything like that. Also, too, we gotta also understand that as long as nobody's hurt right now, we can't necessarily assume they're going to be hurt. But however you want to do it, best offenses at their best going into the season.
And Mars, I think we're going to have to project a little bit here.
I'm happy to project. I know a team that has Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson with athleticism, so gonna be quite high.
All right, y'all. Chat. I need an order. I need an order.
They don't want to put me first.
They don't want you saying Houston Rockets first.
Yeah, they're not gonna like that Houston Rockets are gonna be first, but it's cool.
Hey, Mars. All honesty. Do you think the Houston Rockets at the end of the 23-24 season has the best offense in the game?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't bugging.
How many wins do you think they're getting this year?
My aim was 35 or 36.
So you think 40 is unreasonable?
Not unreasonable. Bare minimum, my expectation is 35 or 36. If we get below that without like catastrophic injuries, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I mean,
anything above that, I'm content.
Even let's just say for the sake of argument, 36 games. I mean, that's a 14 game plus. If we're doing 14 games plus this year, next year it's going to be even better than that, right? It should from when they started. Not they're going to win 14 more games. No, I'm thinking if we're going off of what they did last season, where they only won 22 games. If Mars thinks they're going to win 36 games, that's 14 plus games. That means that they're right out, that they're knocking on the door to play in tournament, which means that the next year we should be in that 8-7 seed solid, which means that's another 10 wins. Is that fair or not fair?
In the next 2 seasons, I'd expect 45-ish wins. That's what I'd be hoping for if everything's going to plan.
I think they trade Van Fleet at the end of next season. Well, yeah.
Well, the deal's only for 2 years guaranteed. It's a team option.
2 years and then a team option. So I mean,
I think after the end of the first, at the end of the first year, Amen Thompson is going to prove enough to be like, you know what? Hey man, let's build. Let's get something back for Van Fleet. Let's see what we can do because I believe in Amen.
And it's probably going to be a contender that wants Fred Van Fleet too.
I was gonna say that's a smart contract for them because they might be able to get a couple.
I always felt like Van Fleet was. I always felt like he was a great rotation guard. I always felt like he was that. Always on a championship team like he was in 19. I always felt like that's who he is. He is not a dude. He is not Kyle Lowry. No. And if he is, you got to put a star around him. Somebody like Leonard. Somebody that's that good in order for them to win. That's not going to happen otherwise. It's not going to happen otherwise.
I can already see Laker fans now. Oh my God, D'Lo's trash. Hey man, D'Lo and Gabe and some picks, man. Give us Van Fleet. Like, all right, bro. I don't know about that one.
All right, y'all. Here we go. This is the order right here. We going Damo, Mars, Ox, Ticket, Chill, Jalen. You last, bro.
I'm about to say the Raptors.
Cozy Newton tapped in with this order. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start from the top. Damo, obviously, it's on you. Best offense in the NBA. And why, Damo? Wait. Before we all do this, can we all agree to collectively take our fan hats off?
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm gonna be non-biased.
Cool.
No bias. Taking all bias out of it.
So I can't project Scotty Barnes being a 25-point per game.
All right, y'all. Mars didn't agree, so this list could get nasty, but come on.
Yeah, so taking the bias hat off, I'm gonna go with the Nuggets, man. I think after winning a championship, Jokic will continue on his path of dominance, but Jamal Murray, with a healthy offseason, a year to get better, I think he takes that Kyrie leap. That I just won a championship and I'm smelling myself type of leap. So with that, I think I'm gonna put them up there. Those two alone.
All right. Number one is the Denver Nuggets. Mars. Who's the second best offense and why?
Boston. I think they're a team that's built for regular season basketball offensively. There's a lot less structure in the regular season. It's about generating high quality threes and getting to the rim. And I think in the regular season last year, I think they were like the top 3 offense, something like that. I expect Jason Tatum to probably take another leap as a playmaker. Porzingis adds an extra spacing option, also adds a low post threat. So I think in the regular season, they're probably going to be one of the better offenses.
Is KP playing? Is he going to come back?
They're expecting him to be back for training camp.
Okay, all right.
That's good.
I think it was more a precaution more than it was anything, Damo. It wasn't any torn ligaments or anything like that. It was they were holding him out as a precaution.
Well, no, I know because I seen the headline. I'm gonna make it quick because I know we got a lot of voting to do. But they said that he had something. He was diagnosed with something, and I didn't even know how to say the words. I was like, oh my god,
plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, that, and I was like, oh my god, is he about to be Amir Sheik? Like, what is that? What even is that?
It just means you have to.
Hey, they feel LeBron gonna be out for 4.5 months after having foot surgery, torn tendon in his foot.
So we did play with the torn tendon. Now y'all want to see it.
Hold on,
I want to
drop.
LeBron James. I don't see.
I got you hoes again.
Okay.
For the 5th time.
Oh,
that's fine.
Look at Chitchat looking like he vindicated him in the number one LeBron James.
Y'all ready?
Ron, you should have known when it was LeBron James. He still ain't get that surgery. Where the hell is the surgery at, Ron?
He don't need it because he a cyborg. He don't need it. He healed on his own then.
Yeah, that's. Can we get back to this?
Yo, Ox, it's on you. Ironically, as fate would have it. Yo, we can't hear you, Bob.
Why am I seeing this?
So Damo, like right here, from this part, like down here, right there, that's where your plantar fascia is. And all you really got to do is just rest it. Get that massage out. You got to get on your tennis ball. It ain't no big deal. Porzingis is gonna be a-okay. All right, so I got number 3, right?
Yeah.
This pick should be no surprise to anybody. I took my fan hat off, and that's why the number 3 offense in the NBA is the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh wow,
I'm not mad at that. I like it.
When you see Luka slimming down the way he's got back in shape, I don't know what happened in Dallas. He must have been at Papados too much last season. But he looks like he's in shape. I mean, you got Kyrie Irving. I think a full training camp with them together, a full offseason together. I think they're gonna figure some things out. Jason Kidd, I know he's caught some slack as a coach, but I think he's gonna work something out. They just got some more shooting with Seth Curry. I believe Tim Hardaway's still there, so I'm excited to see the firepower coming from Dallas. I hope it doesn't affect us, but I mean I think Dallas is a clear, damn near number 1 offense in the NBA. But
I was fully expecting you to say the Kings, but
yeah.
Okay. At 4, who we got?
It's on me?
Yep.
Oh, I'm going LeBron and AD. I still think LeBron will be around 25, 26 a game. I think AD will be around 25. That's 50. And then with the team they got, like I said, man, they'll be one of the top. They were one of the top offenses last year when they was right. So, yeah.
All right, Chill, you got it.
I'm surprised none of y'all said it. The best offense in the league last year, the Sacramento Kings. I mean, they basically, I think when you, for the exact reason that Damo was talking about, when you get to that point where you make the playoffs, your confidence increases. So guys like De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, I think Keegan Murray is going to be a lot better. I think Kevin Huerter, I think he's going to shoot the basketball more. I think the offense is going to get even faster. I see them as, if not the best offense in the league, again, a top two offense in the league this year, 100%.
Yeah, I thought it was set up for Hawks to take the Kings at 3, but I guess not.
Yeah, I definitely would had them at 3, but here they go right here.
Well, they should have been number 1, Ron. So since they were already disrespected that much, it didn't really matter.
All right, Jalen, it's on you.
Yeah, give me the Golden State Warriors. I think Stephen Curry is still going to be playing at an MVP level. You got Andrew Wiggins, missing the playoff kind of batch coming back here. He'll be at full strength. You got Chris Paul now giving a break to Steph Curry, some ball handling duties, giving a break from Draymond with some playmaking. So I just think they got a lot of playmakers. They got shooting. They got athletes. They're going to play at a fast rate. So give me the Warriors.
Golden State. All right, Damo, you tap back in?
I think we lost Damo for a second.
Jalen, you got to remember with the Warriors though, like the statutes of limitations for assault and battery haven't passed yet. So the district attorneys still might file
take someone in.
file those charges on Draymond Green.
The statute of limitation has not passed. However, there was plenty of evidence for him to file charges right then and there. So if he didn't file charges right then and there, it's obvious that he doesn't have a case. So he's
getting away with it. He's getting away with it.
I think he's just waiting, trying to get closer to the season. Let's get this guy.
We're trying to get some more dirt on him. I mean, we got the smoking gun, right? We got the smoking gun right there. So I mean, what other evidence do you need?
Well, they sent an investigator out to Washington to talk to Jordan Poole, see if he wanted to press charges too.
Right.
So,
Y'all, so this what we looking at right now, y'all. So far, we got the Nuggets at 1, Celtics at 2, Dallas Mavericks came in at 3, Los Angeles Lakers at 4, the Kings fell to 5, and right after them is the Golden State Warriors. All right, y'all, we're going to wait for Damo to tap back in because it is his pick next. Oh, there he goes.
Hey, yo, speaking of the devil, there he is, Damo. Who's the 8th best offense in the league?
Can I see the list one more time? Nuggets, Celtics, Mavericks, Lakers, Kings, Warriors.
7, I mean.
The 7th team would be the Clippers.
Okay.
Yeah. Clippers.
Why you like the Clippers, Don?
Assuming everybody's going to be healthy. I mean, I understand everyone has their gripes when it comes to the Paul George and Kawhi tandem, but that's still a dangerous duo. They still have valuable role players over there, and of course, Westbrook should be trying to redeem himself and prove he's a consistent player. I feel like that's at least the 8th offense. I seem to be in the top 10 offense at the very least.
They were one of the worst offenses in the league last year. They were the worst offense in the league last year before they got Russ.
What were they after they got Russ?
I gotta look it up. They were the absolute worst.
I think they was in the middle of the pack once they got Russ. Russ definitely increased their offense.
They were the worst.
And now you have a full training camp and off season with Russ as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I feel like it works.
Yeah, the weakest player in the NBA. All right, Mars, it's on you.
Yeah, Ron, get him, Ron.
Worse than Killian Hayes.
You're right.
Damo, we ain't getting off that, Damo. We're not getting off that.
I hope y'all don't, because I'm
not getting off that.
Hey, I did the consistency, please.
Mars, you got it at number 8.
Phoenix.
Was waiting for this one.
Mars Blackman in the house.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the most exciting. I'm not gonna say exciting. It's one of the most I'm looking forward to watching him. I'm really anticipating looking to that first game, seeing how Phoenix plays opening night, the first week, first 10, 15 games, really seeing how they gel, what they look like, what their offense looks like, what their rotation looks like, everything. I'm really like curious to see how that whole thing works.
They're gonna be screaming fire Frank Vogel.
We have a pretty good sample size. We have a pretty good sample size. We have a pretty good sample size of Devin Booker playing point guard when Chris Paul was out. I mean, he played phenomenal. He was giving you like 8 assists.
That's why I think he'll be the point guard. When they said the Bradley Beal is going to be the one thing, I'm like, y'all gonna flirt with it, but by the time we get to the playoffs or it's going to be meaningful games, Devin Booker is going to be the point guard. I don't know why we even testing.
He's good at it.
Yeah, he's actually a good playmaker. So I mean, he's proven that before.
All right, Ox, it's on you. You got 9.
Yes. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I don't think I am forgetting anybody, so I'm gonna go with Minnesota.
Man, this is disrespectful, bro.
I don't think I'm forgetting anybody.
I'm about to tell you who you forgot.
All right, but shit, I can't help it. I forgot. So
I know exactly who you're about to say.
So I'm gonna go. I believe that Anthony Edwards, especially coming off this summer, I think he's gonna have even more confidence, which is crazy because the kid's already extremely confident. But I think it's gonna step it up. And I mean, they still do got Cat. I mean, no matter how I feel about Cat's overall game, there's no denying he is the best shooting big in the NBA. So it's a lot of firepower over there. So yeah,
better than Joker.
Yeah, he shoots better than Joker. I think so.
All right, the Wolves have slotted in at 9. At 10, Ticket.
Who is it? Ticket? I forget.
I already know who Ticket gonna say.
The Greek.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
The dude that's out here averaging 30, and then his sidekick is coming back full strength this next year. He's
Chris?
gonna be probably averaging around 20 something. And so and then they got a high powered offense anyways.
Yeah,
so
sure.
the Bucks, I mean, bro, like I said, and then Holiday's gonna give you 18, 19 a game. Yeah, man, they're gonna be one of the best offenses in there. They're gonna be better than the T-Wolves.
I could see that. I probably could have put them in front of them. I did think about the Bucks too, though.
I'm gonna tell you somebody else you could have put in front of them, but then I don't want to take Mars' pick. I'm gonna let Mars stick with his boys.
I really think Edwards is about to come out on crazy, but I did say earlier though, Giannis is about to be on demon mode from the first tip off this year. Just based on the way he went out last season.
Right.
We know what a motivated Giannis looks like, and I think he's more than motivated right now.
All right, Chill, you got it next.
I'm gonna stay in that division, and I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the reason why I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Cavaliers is because their defense is gonna be a lot better. The fact that Donovan Mitchell has a season under his belt with them, I think Darius Garland also has a season under his belt playing with them dudes. They got a better shooter now in Strus, and the unit that they have with both Allen and Evan Mobley defensively, that's gonna be a lot of their offense. I think that their offense is gonna be a lot better this season.
Yeah, but you forgot about our most important guy, the guy who was cooking Mars' ass on. Imani Bates, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Forgot about that, dog. Come on, Chill. You can't forget about Imani Bates. He gonna step on Mars' ass. I don't forget about what Mars said. He a little disrespectful bastard.
I did. I did.
Yeah. You know what it is, Mars.
I did forget about him.
You're gonna pay for those comments.
All right, Jalen. While Mars is paying, you got next.
I think I'm gonna go with the Pelicans here. We see Zion at the gym, looking lean, looking like he lost a good 50, 60 pounds there, if not more.
50?
Damn.
I don't know. I'm probably not that much. Maybe he's looking lean. He's looking lean machine. He losing all his baby fat. He stopped eating the cheeseburgers, eating his quinoa, salmon. So him lead, and you still have Brandon Ingram there, going to be a 25-point per game scorer. You have CJ McCollum there, can get you buckets, can play make for you. J-Val is still there too, a big man there that can still get you 15 points a night. They have a lot of pieces there, and they have guys like Trey Murphy out there, Herb Jones, who are all more defenders, but still can still hit the open shot if they need to. So give me the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans could surprise some people here, especially if Zion is fully healthy.
That's a good pick.
All right, here's the list, y'all. This is what we're looking at. Top 12. We got the Denver Nuggets, Boston Celtics, Dallas Mavericks, the Lakers, the Kings, the Warriors, the Clippers, the Phoenix Suns, Minnesota Timberwolves, The Bucks, the Cavs, and the Pelicans are the 12th team. Now, we back to the top, Damo. It's on you.
Oklahoma City. Jitty, I mean SJ is going to be playing like a MVP candidate. Josh Giddey's going to take a step up, playmaking wise, and probably be a stronger scorer. Hopefully, that's definitely what that team needs. And of course, I mean a lot of people hate him. I love him. He got that dog in him. Chet's going to show he's worth something. Chet's going to show the world something. It's not just defense. Chet has game. Chet got that fight, and Chet take it to God. So people are going to try to check him, try to treat him like a rookie, and he's going to show him I got that dog in me. So I'm going with the Thunder.
My rookie of the year, Chet. Bet on it.
All right. The Thunder, 13. Mars, who's 14?
The Sixers.
Even with James Harden possibly not being there. Now, don't get me wrong, Mars. James Harden did not say he didn't want to be traded. He didn't want to get traded from the Sixers. He said he didn't want to be a part of an organization that had Daryl Morey, which means that if Daryl Morey isn't there, he's still on the Philadelphia 76ers. That's why he doesn't want to be there.
With or without him, they're a top half offense. Right now, they're at 14. They're a top 15 offense with Joel Embiid. I didn't want to pick them, but the team I wanted to pick can't go ahead of Philly. So
Mars, does it run smoothly without Harden, that offense?
As smoothly, no, but they were top 5 this year. So me saying 14, I think is pretty.
Oh, okay.
All right, on to the next. Ox, it's on you. Ox.
He thinking.
Look how Ox looking in the air.
Ox thinking.
This is a rough time. And we are projecting. We are projecting. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go with the Pacers. I'm gonna go with the Pacers. I think the Pacers is the way to go. Tyrese gonna push the break. Mathurin, I think he's gonna take a step up. I think he kind of hit a plateau last year, and I think he got to just add a couple more things to his game. So hopefully he's working right now. Buddy Hield, he's shooting the piss out the ball. So I think also I think they're gonna get out in the break a little more with Obi Toppin. Tyrese and Obi and Ben. I think they're gonna get out in the break a little more. So yeah, I think Indiana. Yeah.
They picked up somebody else too, right? Was it Obi?
Don't forget they got old boy from Max. They got Max Strus.
Oh yeah.
No, that's Cleveland. That's Cleveland. Who did they pick up?
They got Bruce.
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown. Yeah. So with Bruce and that definitely speed him up a little bit too. With Bruce, definitely.
I'm curious to see what Bruce does for that team. Like, I'm not gonna say Bruce is a difference maker, but obviously when you got that dirty work guy who kind of contributes on both ends, and he kind of like that glue guy too, I think he could definitely get him a couple more wins. And you ain't mentioned Miles Turner either.
No, I didn't.
I hope he get Buddy Hield some braces. That's what the hell I hope.
Damn.
So he can close his mouth.
Braces ain't gonna fix the size. Braces don't fix the size of your teeth. They just fix the
you gotta file them shit down.
He look like he be struggling to close his mouth during the game. I'm like, God,
am I missing something? I never really focused on his teeth like that. Like he actually has big
teeth. Look. Next time you see him, go. Every time you see Buddy, he's struggling to close his mouth. Like he can't get his lips around his teeth.
That boy lips ain't never touched, boy.
Man, never.
Hey, Jalen. Or not. I'm just saying everybody, but I think with Bruce and Obi, I think that that gets more of the intangibles for them. You know what I'm saying? Like the loose balls, fast break points. So I think them two together, yeah.
See, and now I'm seeing. I just googled it. Okay, I get it. I never noticed.
Yo, how they say Buddy need a muzzle in the chat, man? They y'all said.
All right, this will be at right now. We got the first 15 teams out the way. Who are you on next? Ticket, it's on you.
I'm going with the Houston Rockets. Yao Ming.
Bringing Yao Ming back.
The offensive Ime who stroke you. Them having Fred VanVleet coming over there. Jalen Green being able to put up numbers. I think Porter Jr., even though I think a lot of people are down on him. I think he does well. Man, I think they put up some numbers over there, bro. I think they can score. I Because I know the type of offense that Ime's gonna run, man. He gonna get up. They're gonna put up numbers over there, bro. So I think they'll be one of the better offenses in the league. The question is can Ime get those guys to buy in defensively? With the offense, I think they're gonna put up numbers, bro. They got too many guys over there that can put the ball in the rack.
All right, 16 goes to the Houston Rockets. 17, Chill. You got it.
I want to say Memphis because they're gonna.
Damn, Memphis kind of slid.
I think they, but with losing what they lost, losing Ja for 25 games, but I can't overlook Utah. I cannot overlook Utah. I think Utah's going to be a lot better offensively this season, considering with Walker Kessler being in the middle, speeding the game up, with Jordan Clarkson, one of the best 6 men in the game. I had the most improved player. I had the right team. I just had the wrong player. I had Colin Sexton, only except it was marketing. But with marketing now being better, a year better, Colin Sexton coming back fully healthy, Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench and giving what he's given, I got to make sure I get his name right, Abaji, I think he's going to be better this season. Chris Dunn also, and Kelly Olynyk, for some reason, can just still hit shots. I think Utah is going to be a lot better offensively this year. A lot better.
John Collins will help.
All right. Oh, yeah, they did get John Collins, huh? Hey, what does that lineup look like with Laurie at the 5, I guess, and John at the 4?
I think Laurie's at the 3. No, Laurie's at the 3. John at the 4.
Well, and no, for sure. I'm saying, what does it look like when they kind of play?
Yeah. No, that'd be nice. If the defensively
is bad, but offensively,
offensively, that's shooters.
Collins' game fit Utah. I like him better in Utah. I think he'll have a better career in Utah. I think his game kind of fits to Utah. What they
system,
need. I think he fits it. I think perfectly. Athleticism, hustle. You know what I'm saying? Able to get on the boards, all that stuff that they need, he provides.
Cool. Jalen, you have the next pick.
I think we did disrespect the team with the 3rd highest offensive rating from last year, the New York Knicks. Knicks still have Jalen Brunson, phenomenal point guard. Playmaking, scoring, does it all. Julius Randle, still a perennial 2010 guy, going to get you
phenomenal
the buckets.
Power forward.
Right? RJ Barrett going to get you an inefficient 20. Does take some bad shots, but still, I think overall good score in the league. Going to get you night. And you still have, Josh Hart who do everything else, get you rebounds, some assists, some points. That's just going to be a good offense all around.
All right, the Knicks come in at 18. Damo, it's back on you at the top.
We just finished with the Knicks. Let me see the list. All right. I went with okay. At this point, we're at 19. You know what? Give me Charlotte. They're usually not that bad of offense. They're not that. Listen. Despite what you think, their offense is not that bad. Compared to the rest of the league, their offense is never that bad. They just have terrible defense. And hey, the talent just ain't there long term. But in terms of offense, no cap. 19-20, that's not bad for them. Give me Charlotte. Shout out Mark Williams. Chills guy.
Mm-hmm. All right, the Hornets at 19. Damo came with that pick. Here's the list right here. At 20, Mars is back on you.
The Atlanta Hawks.
Damn. Hey, 20?
They should have been higher, but
yeah, they should have been.
Yeah, everyone just kept letting them go. I was going to take them instead of Philly, but I couldn't let Philly drop.
Right.
So I had I was just expecting someone to pick them, but I'm hearing Charlotte and the Knicks.
And I'm assuming this is around the time of the show where I come in and put my cape on and say you guys disrespect Trey too much.
Yeah,
I guess.
Trey might be slowly becoming underrated. He slowly might be becoming underrated.
That's his fault.
They got a lot of questions they got to answer over there, Ron. You lose a big piece of your team, even though you don't think it is, in Collins.
Mm-hmm.
You got a new coach in Snyder, who's a good coach, but we don't know how they're going to respond to him coming into the season. They got questions. They got answers.
Yes, they do.
Well, they had Snyder last season. It's not like he's just coming.
Well, I don't think they didn't have him for a lot of time.
I guess.
Can I answer something really quickly from Kevin Ducant, a goofy that we got in the chat? Hey, Kevin, I got a quick question for you. The year before this season that just passed, do you know where the Sacramento Kings were? Just so you know, they weren't a play-in team. They were a lottery team. By show of hands, how many people had Sacramento as a top 3 team, excluding you, Bob? By show of hands, how many people had Sacramento as a top 3 team the next season? Right? Who had them as a top 3 seed the next season? Nobody did. Right? So with that being said, the Atlanta Hawks, who were a top 3 offense, who's to say that this top 3 offense can't go the other way? Who's to say that this top 5 offense with the Utah Jazz, or not top 5, this top 10 offense with the Utah Jazz can't go the other way and get higher and be a top 5 offense? Who's to say that they can't do that? So just because what you did this season was this season, we're talking about next season. So while you're talking in caps and you're talking loud because you clearly think you know more about basketball than I do, you don't. That's why your ass is sitting over there and I'm sitting up here. Because if you did, you'd be sitting here and I'd be sitting over there where you at. So do yourself a favor. Sit there, watch the show, and shut the hell up.
Damn.
Crazy.
What's up, Ticket?
Or you can give him a link and let Chill cook his ass. The other dude that was talking that stuff, he didn't even come up. Chill gave him a personal invitation. Them dudes don't want no smoke, man. It was be talking about.
And again, I don't pay that much attention to the chat. I'm too busy dealing with y'all dudes to pay attention to the chat. But every once in a while, I'll peek in there and I'll see goofies like this dude.
All
right, who are you on next? Mars just chose the Hawks.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna go out on a limb with this one. Just because I'm just such a big fan of this young duo, I gotta go with the Orlando Magic. I'm such a big fan of this young duo. Orlando Magic. Plus, the kid Anthony Black. You know, I like what he's bringing to the table. I'm not sure if he's gonna be ready to go this season at that level, but yeah, I'm excited about what they can do this year.
He's on one of them teams where he don't really have a choice. Like I would assume the Magic are just gonna play him and let him just play through all his mistakes. I would assume,
right.
You know, he doesn't necessarily. I don't think he's gonna have a short leash. I don't think that they play Cole Anthony or Markelle or any of them guys over them because once again, like. You're not necessarily, if you're the Magic, like, yeah, you want to win as much as you can. You do want to get into the playoffs, but you don't really have championship expectations. You're still trying to develop that young talent.
So is Anthony Black, is he going to play point guard?
Yeah.
That's his position.
Yeah.
More than likely he will. Yeah.
And so what happens with Markelle Fultz? Is he his backup now?
Backup point guard or at best he's the 2? Well, it depends really because I can really see them running a lineup where they got France at the 2. So it's really circumstantial and situational for them. But I would think Markel's either the backup 1, he might combo at the 2, or backup combo guard in general.
I actually like him as the combo guard, to be honest with you, at 6'4", 6'5". I like him as the combo guard.
Yeah, Anthony Black and Markelle in the backcourt is not bad at all. You got a lot of size, athleticism. They both can play make. I actually kind of like that duo. But all right, Ticket, you got it next.
Jeez, man, just threw out a moan out of nowhere.
Go put wake up on the screen, Ron. Let me see. We got Orlando. Let's go with I'll be damned. Hold on, who's left?
We got some teams. We got the Raptors Ticket.
Nah, I ain't gonna do. Hold on, I'm gonna do Mars dirty. You got to go to Chicago Bulls, man. They still got 3 guys. They still got 3 guys that can put up 20, and that's 60 points right there. With Vujacic, DeRozan putting up around 25. Zach LaVine putting up around 25. That's 70. That's almost 70 points right there. That is 70 points.
True.
So yeah, I mean, just those 3. Yeah, I think the offense. Yeah, put the Chicago Bulls up there, man. We disrespecting the Bulls because of Mars. That's the only reason why y'all really disrespect him to that level. Because he don't like DeRozan.
But yeah,
I have no problem with DeMar DeRozan.
It's really Lonzo Ball. If Lonzo was just healthy, I think that team would be so much better.
That career.
Yo, I heard somebody from the team. Look, Andre Drummond did an interview last week, and it told me something when he said Lonzo Ball's the heart and soul of their team. When he said that, I said, huh? But I thought about it. I was like, damn, they really do must miss Lonzo.
You gotta remember what they was doing, though. You gotta remember what they was doing, though, Ticket. Like when they signed him as their franchise point guard, right? And then signing him with Zach LaVine, right? With DeMar DeRozan, with Vooch. He was the difference in what they were doing. He was that ball handler that they didn't have. He was that playmaker that they didn't have. He was that league guard defender.
Yep.
He was all of that stuff that they didn't have. He was the difference. And when he going down, that threw a monkey wrench in everything that they were doing.
He was their best defender. Like, hands down, in my opinion, he was their best defender.
Before they got Caruso.
Before he got hurt. Even with Caruso, he's their best defender, in my opinion. Because he's playing more minutes.
1A, 1B.
But it's the simple fact he's going to be playing 28 to 30 minutes versus Caruso who's going to be playing 18 to 22 any given night. So because you're going to task him with guarding not only the better players, but the better players longer, I would say he's the better defender. But that on top of the playmaking and him using his defense to transition into offense, which he played best in space and transitioning, it was good for, and he's selfless. That's another thing in a league full of scoring guards. He does not care about scoring. His brother got all the scoring. He does not care about shooting that basketball, scoring that ball. He can. He just doesn't care.
No. Is it that he doesn't care or that he couldn't and now he's developing that?
Well, as a guy who's been watching him since college, it's always been.
I watched him at UCLA and he got buckets at UCLA.
Yeah, he had the confidence. It's just he's passive. He's passive. And when you're playing with guys who want to score, like going to the Lakers, Kuzma wanted to get buckets. That's how he stayed in the league. Ingram wanted to get buckets to prove he belonged. Julius Randle wanted to get buckets to prove he needed a contract. Like there were other guys that wanted to score. So Lonzo was like,
I disagree. I just think when he first came in the league, he was a walking dump truck. And then I think his game came along. I think he got confidence when he left.
Ever expected.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about his offensive. I'm talking about his offense. No. I'm talking about his offensive game. I thought was a walking dumpster when he came in the league, and I thought that once he got away from LeVar and went to Chicago, I think once he got over there and went and really X stuff out and got serious about his career, got his weight up, worked on his jump shot, I think that's when you saw a real improvement in his game.
The improvement came in New Orleans as soon as he changed his
jump shot. I was surprised he left New Orleans. Because remember, he got benched. Hold on. Remember, in New Orleans, he got sent to the bench, and they benched him, and they were getting ready to get his ass up out of it. They gave him one more chance. The coach, I forget what the brother's name was. He looked like a hail of beans.
Van Gundy was the coach.
No, it was a black coach. It was a black coach. But it was the same coach that coached Bean. Alvin Gentry, Uncle Bean. Yeah, he benched Lonzo and was getting ready to get his ass and told him, "This your last chance in the league, son." And Lonzo got serious, and then when they put him back in, he played better, and then they ended up trading.
He was on the bench for like 5 games, but
I'm gonna say,
but he benched him. He benched him because he was playing so trash. Go look before that how bad he was because he was hurt.
That was the first year. That was the first year in what you call it, the first year in New Orleans where he was coming off of the LA stint, and then after again every year he improved his 3-point shooting and free throw shooting. It improved every year. So that first year, he played 63 games, started 54. Fine, if that was the benching year, cool. The very next year, he started all 55 games that he played and shot better. But regardless, going from LA to New Orleans, there was improvement. His game improved. Whether you want to believe it or not, his game still improved every year he's been in the league.
What the ladies say when they see you in the street, Damo?
Damn, what it look like?
Big dog, that is.
All right, y'all. Moving on to the next pick. Ticket just picked the Chicago Bulls. Next, we have Chill.
The Detroit Pistons. I think they're going to be a lot better offensively. I think with Cade Cunningham, with Jaden Ivey, I think James Wiseman is going to help them offensively. And I know Mars hates James Wiseman just like he hates Julius Randle. But offensively and defensively, Jalen Durham is going to help them speed up their offense and create more offense, I think that they could very well be one of the better offenses in the league this season. I'm going to be paying more attention to the Detroit Pistons this year.
One of the better offenses at 23.
Let's not talk about the duo. Let's not talk about that duo going to do.
All right, Jalen, it's on you.
Put up that list again. Make sure the teams that aren't selected.
It's about time.
Oh, yeah, give me. You know what? I don't even think. I think the Raptors are gonna be pretty bad offensively. They might be the worst offensive team in the league. To tell you the truth, definitely bottom 3. I'm going to Portland. Portland Trailblazers this one, man. I'm gonna give the Portland Trailblazers this one. You still got Damian Lillard, all NBA level guard here. You got Scoot there, young guy. See what he's gonna do. Simons, a guard that's averaged 20 points in stretches before. Yusuf Nurkic giving you 15 and 10. Jeremy Grant went healthy. That's a 20-point score right there. Going to get you open shots. So, I mean, these guys got some pieces. They might be a very good offense team. They're going to have no defense. Absolutely, probably one of the worst defenses in the league. But they're going to score some buckets.
Don't forget about the boy. Yeah, you can't forget about Shaden.
Hey, Shaden. No, you're right. Shaden Sharp. He's going to shoot you.
That boy got an 80-inch vertical. I ain't never in my life seen somebody jump that high.
I think we're just forgetting.
Nah, for real. I think he might be the highest jumper I've ever seen in my life.
Highest jumper ever?
I mean, obviously, you got Gerald Green, you got some other cats. Yeah,
got Gerald Green.
It's crazy. That boy really just.
Y'all seen him in the program when he had like that missed dunk, but it was just it was ridiculous.
It was crazy. Pulled the
he had like a tip dunk too.
You ever seen somebody do something? You just be like, why can't I do that? You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I wonder what that feel like. You know, it's just crazy.
All right, at 24, the Portland Trailblazers checked in. Damo is back on you at the top. Everybody has one last pick at 25. Damo, who you taking?
At 25, man.
Let me throw it back up there for you.
I'm about to say, yeah. Who we
that was a team that was in the NBA Finals that has not been picked.
you mean Miles? You mean the team that had the worst offense in the league last year? You mean that team, Miles?
Yeah, the team that could have.
They were at the bottom of the NBA in the league in offense last year.
Yeah, like the Charlotte Hornets were, and look at where they are.
Okay,
so let's.
The Brooklyn Nets.
There's a team that was in the NBA Finals.
I say who's left? The Nets, the Magic. Not the Magic. The
Nets, Washington, Toronto, Brooklyn.
The Wizards.
No, Nets, Washington, Toronto, Miami,
and the Spurs.
San Antonio, and
give me Brooklyn.
Nets, right?
I'm taking Miami.
That boy Damo crazy. That boy Damo got a rat tail. Hey Damo, I thought about that shit all last night.
Business up front, party in the back, bro. That's the black moment, man.
Basic. I was just about to say, basically,
hey, Ron,
that's a shag braided up. That's all it is.
I think I got it braided right now. My girl braided it last night. It came out, so I'm like, I still got a little bit to go. I got a little bit to go, but it's getting there, though. It's getting there.
Hey, chill. Hey, like one of them old school. If he unbraided, that's a shag.
Oh, absolutely. New addition, 100%.
Hey, what's the brother name from OKC? They got the shag. What's his name?
Williams.
Hey, he rocked that Jake to perfect.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Damo, man. Damo the dude.
Like a Bay Area pimp sometime, man. I'm telling you. I be feeling like a little bit.
Kevin Williams gotta let that go. You gotta let that go.
You got some Stacey Adams or some Gators rocking over there, bro?
Hey, listen.
Chill out, Pin.
That room, bro. Bro, look at the
chat. 27, Ox, who you got?
Oh, man.
Brooklyn gone, Miami gone. We got Toronto. Got Washington. Oh, you know what? Washington.
The baddie's gonna be in the front row.
Yeah, give me Washington. They're gonna win about 22 games, but
the baddie's gonna be in the front.
They're gonna get that ball in the hole.
The baddie's gonna be in the front.
Yeah, cool. You know what's funny though? Kuz gonna be jacking too. It's gonna be Kuz, and they're gonna be having a shoot off every game. They probably gonna have money in the back room, like who gonna make more threes, who gonna make more contested jumpers, who you know.
Tyus Jones gonna lose some hair this year. He gonna have hair falling out. He gonna be stressed out over there.
They low key might be one of the more fun teams to watch this year.
As fun wise for sure. Yeah, they're gonna play no defense, but it's fun to watch.
When I think about it though, if Kuz and Jordan Poole just want to just catch and shoot, Tyus might mess around and lead the league in assists next year.
He'll be up there.
Just saying, that's all they're gonna do is shoot the ball. He's gonna shoot it. It ain't gonna mean nothing, you know what I'm saying? But
they both gonna be try to impress the baddies in the front row.
Hey Damo, you hilarious, bro. We gotta get a comedy show, Damo. You hilarious, bro.
Oh, I did stand up. It's on my channel.
No, yeah. Hey, hold on, Bron. We gotta get PC comedy, man. Because I'm telling you something, bro.
Oh, we killed that one.
Bro, that episode yesterday was crazy, Damo. Y'all was.
Oh my God!
Crazy yesterday.
That was one of the most dangerous episodes we did.
All I gotta do on PC, all I gotta do on PC comedy is pull that video up a low. That boy got more crack. That boy low got more crack than Harlem.
I saw one of the comments be like, it looked like Lizzo. I'm like, I'm out of here.
If y'all seen that video low, that boy low got his equator back.
For real, this low definitely should be ashamed of his
Shout out Low, man.
Hey, Low, don't think I ain't see you ain't had no drawers on either, man. Stop walking around here freeballing it, man.
Crazy.
Commando. Low out here freeballing.
Commando on stream is kind of wild.
All right, y'all, come on. Let's finish this list up right quick. Ticket is on you. You got 28.
Who's left, man?
Spurs. Who we got? Spurs,
Toronto,
Raptors, and Memphis still hasn't made this list.
Memphis made the list? Yeah, put Memphis up there. I ain't gonna do Memphis like that. Put Memphis.
That's actually crazy with no Memphis. That's actually kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, they don't got Ja for the first 25. They don't got Tyus anymore.
What?
Desmond Bane's gonna be running a low point for them.
Yeah, that shit. He got paid. All that shit is over.
Hey, bro, I gotta holler at Low, man.
All right, who we got? Chill, you got it. You and Jalen, the last two picks. What we doing?
Because Jalen said it, I'm going with San Antonio.
Toronto lost.
Wow.
Hey man, it might be one of those years for our defense to still be okay. You know, actually we have Dennis Schroeder starting at point guard. Might not be the best. But I'll tell you this. That jump that we all expected Scotty Barnes to make, this could be the year. This could be the year Scotty Barnes makes that jump. Becomes an all NBA level defender while giving you 20 points tonight.
He did say he was the best defender on that team. He did say that.
I'm telling you, I think he's definitely going to make a case for himself to be an all NBA defender.
He said he was the best defensive player on that team. So
I like the trio of just kind of being two-way threats, I guess, between OG, Scotty, and Pascal. I like those three together. Now, obviously, what else you guys do outside of that, I don't know, but I like those three next to each other.
See, on paper, it always looked like it fit well together. You know, they all have length, size. It just didn't click on the court for whatever reason. On paper, I thought the team was good, just for whatever reason. Maybe Nick Nurse, maybe he was the problem. We'll see. We'll see how offense changes this year. New coach, we're gonna see.
Who's our coach again up there?
Shoot, who's our coach right now?
Some European guy. I don't know his name. I don't remember his name.
Arko Rajakovic. Yeah.
Is Mike D'Antoni still on the bench this year?
I'm not sure if he's with it. I don't know. This guy brought a European, coaching assistant. So Mike D'Antoni. Check it out.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is right now. It's time to go ahead and dive into these super chats. Let's go ahead and do it. King James with the super chat. He said, which player is under more pressure to win a ring this season? Tatum or Book? JT had the better teams, and excuses are drying up, but Book has the big three now.
I think Tatum. I think Tatum might have more pressure because we still know he's the number one option on that team and his team.
Nope.
While in the Suns, I think Kevin Durant's more likely to get a Finals MVP over Booker.
Nope.
So I think that's why I just think Booker has less pressure because he has more help.
Booker has the most pressure right now because he's got Kevin Durant on his team.
And who else taking? Don't leave him out. Who else he got on crew?
Oh, and he got Bradley Beal, and he got the big boy. He got hold on. And he got a championship head coach and Frank Vogel.
And who else took it? And who else took it?
In terms of the team,
it don't matter who else they got.
Man, Bo. We gotta put.
Oh yeah, they got. Oh yeah. They went and stole Bo. Yeah, hey, look, they gotta win the chip, bro. Once you get KD over there, and then you got a coach who won the chip already. Yeah, you gotta go do it, bro.
Do you think Booker has more pressure than KD to win?
Well, they're going. That's gonna be the finals. The finals is gonna be Boston Phoenix.
I disagree. I don't think Phoenix.
Matter of fact, I can't wait to see that.
Hey Bob, I'm gonna tell you something. I think Phoenix loses to the Clippers. If they play the Clippers early, I think they lose to the Clippers. I think Phoenix loses to the Warriors. I think Phoenix loses to the Lakers full strength. I don't think Phoenix can beat a lot of teams, bro. I think Phoenix gonna get exposed. You get them to 7-game series. I don't think you can beat Denver.
I mean, there's a couple teams that could pop them, but I think they walk through the West. I think they walk through the West.
Their flaws gonna show.
Yeah, they walk through the West, and the West is tough. But I'm looking at that team, and I got Phoenix walking through the West. Like they're gonna have to speed walk against a couple teams, but they're gonna walk.
One of the major issues with the Phoenix Suns is Kevin Durant getting older, and like Chitchat said, the fact that he won't take a back seat, that's gonna be a problem for them. That's gonna be a problem.
What do you mean Kevin Durant won't take a back seat?
He don't know how to.
KD still think he's that guy. And when I say that guy, I mean he still think he's the leading scorer in the league. He's still the best player on the team. He's still the guy that he's gonna get all the shots. When in reality, there's a bunch of different guys on that crew that got to get more involved in that game.
When have we ever seen that at a KD? When have we ever seen KD?
When he was slapping his hands at Draymond.
Draymond should have passed the damn ball. You seen what happened?
I'm not saying
KD was 100% right there. So that's a bad example. That example.
I agree with no. You asked
when have y'all ever seen Kevin Durant be a hindrance to a team because he doesn't want to, because he's not.
We didn't say be a hindrance.
That's exactly what it is. That's all it is.
No, Bob. We're not saying he's a hindrance, homie. Me and Grilltown saying.
Y'all just said that.
No, bro. We saying he's still the way his game, bro. The way his game is, I understand exactly what Chill was saying. His game he still feel like he got to be the A side to get it done.
But why do you say that?
Hold on. And he really gonna say that. He's really gonna feel like that after what happened last year when Devin Booker was balling out. He didn't hold his.
Why do y'all say that?
Because he's getting older, and every year. Here's why, Big Ox. Number one, he's
never done that his whole career.
Okay, and how's that worked out for him? So these last 4 years, how's that going for him? He's been breaking down every season, right? Not only has he been breaking down every season, he did underperform in the playoffs the last 2 years. Underperform. So if Kevin Durant were to take a back seat, what I mean when I take a back seat, I ain't talking about a 17 or 18 a game guy, but I mean pushing more guys to the forefront, like Devin Booker. D-Book, this is your thing. I'm going to play off of you. Not only D-Book, these other guys. I'm going to play off you, and I'm going to do the other stuff in order for us to win, as opposed to me just being primarily buckets. That's all he is.
I saw him.
That's what I mean when I say taking a back seat, as opposed to, we're going to get all the shots to you, KD. You're going to be our offensive force. That's not going to be enough, man, because he's not that anymore. Why he's not that anymore? Because his body won't hold up.
I mentally saw KD go to the Warriors and become a above par defender. You know what I'm saying? And come be on Steph's team in the offense, killing when they needed him to kill, being the ISO scorer that he is when he needs to be, but running their offense. I've seen KD do that all his career. KD has never been this is my team, give me the ball, except for the one example I will give you, Ticket, which I still think is a bad example, but Draymond should have swung the ball. They probably would have won that game or had more chance to win that game. But other than that, y'all, it was so much last postseason that people were saying that Devin Booker was carrying KD because KD over there, like, this is your squad. He's shooting when he gets the ball. He's doing his thing. But for the most part of the game, that's Devin Booker, and KD's over there ready to go, ready to be the assassin that he is. And I've never once. It was actually so much of a problem in OKC that he should have been pressing Russ more for the ball. Give me the ball, Russ. Give me the ball, Russ. I think KD is one of the most unselfish superstars I've ever seen.
100%. 100%. I'll agree with you on him being unselfish. However, so the Golden State Warriors issue. So when he got to Golden State, it was kumbaya right from the beginning. But if you remember, they did have a problem later on? Why did they have a problem later on? Because KD is an isolation player. So that offense wasn't conducive to his game later on. He took a backseat, but it wasn't working for him. After a while, they started having issues with him and Steve Kerr, with the way that offense was ran. I need the ball. I need the ball here. I need the ball there. So then he gets to go. Then he gets to Brooklyn, which is what I was talking about him now breaking down. And because he's starting to break down, I'm not what I used to be. So I'm going to have to take a back seat in terms of this and do the other stuff. So now I need to maybe rebound more. Now I need to defend more. Like your logic, well, when has he done that? That's probably why they aren't winning, because he hasn't done those other things. And if he does those other things and taking the back seat and getting the ball out of his hands and letting these other guys rock and just letting these other guys do them and him doing the other stuff, maybe they'll be better.
All right, y'all. We got to keep it pushing. But right quick, though, Chill, you don't believe that KD can be the number one option on this team? You don't think he's still
championship team?
No, do you just think he's still capable of being the number one option on this team?
I think
he looked pretty damn good last year to me.
I think he still got the goods
in the regular season.
I think he still has the goods. I think the issue is health. I don't think he's going to hold up. That's the issue.
All right. No doubt. All right, keeping it pushing. Potato Man said Karl Marx needs to chill with the communism today.
Whoa.
Let's not say those who haven't earned their respect are better at D than solid NBA defenders. Wait.
Don't need to wait.
I've seen enough.
Simple as that. Key said the Thompson twins are not better than Anthony Black defensively.
All of them are better than De'Aaron Fox, so I don't mind.
All right. Saya had a super chat earlier. Now here's some more. Teams like Orlando, Indiana, Detroit have a combined 15 national TV games.
And look at that market that they're in.
Yeah, it's business. It's capitalism. It's what it is.
Look at the market that they're in. That's why.
Saya came right back and said those same teams have a rising all-star, 2 first overall picks, but aren't getting national coverage, which is bad for promoting young talent.
No, it's not.
Talk that talk.
Bro, broadcasters don't care about young talent because they don't know if they'll have the rights to the NBA in a couple years, right? The NBA could be moving around.
Hey, do it look like my head's floating?
Just the neck. Cover your head. You got to cover your arms and you're good. It's a white tee in the neck.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, see, now there it is.
Hey, Big Tony said, name a time we seen Klay break a defender down.
Klay is not just a catch and shoot guy. I've seen Klay catch the ball, 2 dribbles, pull up. I've seen Klay catch the ball in isolation, 1 or 2 dribbles. I'm not saying he's Steph Curry with the ball. He ain't Kyrie Irving with the basketball. He ain't Allen Iverson with the basketball. But I've seen him catch the ball in the offense, 1-2 dribble, pull up, 1 dribble, pull up. I've seen him do that.
I think Klay's below average in terms of beating his man one-on-one.
He's not a great one-on-one player, but I've seen him.
That just sounded like Contavious Caldwell-Pope.
It depends though, because I mean, off the catch, though, right? Off the catch, you know, with the head fake and go. I think Klay, but just bringing it up, I can see what you're saying as far as his inability to break a defender down.
Right. Is that completely necessary? When we cleaning out the right side of the floor and we go into Klay, we calling his number. No, they ain't doing that. Right. They're not doing that. But a catch, 2 dribbles, stop and pop. A catch, 1 dribble, stop and pop. Yeah, he does that.
Saya also said even Houston has less than 5 national TV games. Damn, Mars.
It's not really.
I have League Pass, so I can watch all 82 anyway.
Yeah, I do too. So
Saya then said, while the Clippers are given 22 games for stars who barely play, make it make sense.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
The
Clippers definitely don't need 22 games.
That was a little surprising with the Clippers 22. Yeah. I don't even think Kawhi's that marketable in a sense, right? He's not really that guy the NBA pushes too hard.
Well, Briscoe said Jamal Murray is by far the better fit for Jokic than Klay.
Agree.
Mm-hmm. Biggs with the super chat said, here comes tabloid ticket pushing BS narratives.
TMZ sells.
Biggs also said Ticket wakes up thinking about LeBron.
So
that's been sports media for the past 20 years.
Irda said Damo and Chill are being disingenuous if they think LeBron doesn't approve every trade and player on the Lakers. He's LeBron James. Stop.
Who said we did? Whoa. Who said we did not say that?
Yeah, I did
We did not say that.
I don't think LeBron James is sitting at the whelm every offseason like, yes, get me A, B, C, and D. And if you get E and F, you're fired, Rob.
No,
I don't think that's
not going on.
But no. I do know for a fact LeBron James does approve things. And LeBron James has more power than any other NBA player that we've ever seen in terms of constructing teams. We've seen it. Is it perfect? No. But am I going to blame everything on him? No. He tried this in Miami, and Pat Riley looked at him and said, I'm not going for it. And LeBron sat there and won, and he shut up and dribbled. So it's happened before. So that's why I get mad. Rob Pelinka can sit there and say, nigga, Kobe got me this job. Shut up and dribble. And we win, and LeBron don't say nothing. So that's why I get mad. We're not getting into it.
And on top of what Damo said, they do run things by him. And when I say run things by him, they don't ask, hey, can we do this? No, we're doing this. How do you feel about this? We're doing this. How do you feel about this? As opposed to, hey, can we trade this guy for this guy? Hey, can we trade this guy? No, they're not doing that. No.
Irda then said, Damo, are you forgetting that your king was chasing a scoring record last year, shot jacking threes and playing zero defense? Ticket is right. Stop this.
Right about what?
Stop it. LeBron James was trying to win games, and it just so happened that he also happened to have the opportunity to break the all-time scoring record. But he was still trying to win games.
Whoa, Jalen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he got that scoring record and took like 8 games off right after. So I don't know about that. He's trying to get that record.
That happened with the injury. That happened. I'm gonna have to give you that one.
And at a certain point, I ain't gonna lie, it might not have been the whole first half of the season, but once he got within like striking distance, he was like, all right, hey guys, let's go and get this out the way. Let's get this out the way. And then he was like, yeah, I'm chilling for a second.
Right.
I still think he was trying to win those games. It wasn't just like he's out there.
That's fair.
He was still trying to win.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Buddy OG, I bet you if we segmented Buddy OG in the chat, I bet you if we segmented an hour, 1 hour solely to Kobe Bryant, I bet you it would be a wet dream for you. I bet, because you're the same dude that always on me about James. If we segmented it 1 hour, let's just talk about Kobe Bryant and how awesome he is, which I can do all day long. I bet you that would be a wet dream for you. So make sure that you hold yourself accountable like you hold me, you goofy.
Ticket said Durant need his own agency, and then poof, Dale shows up.
That was crazy.
It was wild, right? Like Candyman. You said
Dale would be a part of that agency.
That's great.
Greek Goat said, nah, chill. Said Bird is a better scorer than KD.
Yeah, I did say that.
Exactly. Look at the numbers.
I did say that.
That's not
crazy.
Yes,
I did say that.
It's definitely crazy, but you guys can say what you want.
No, I don't think that's crazy at all.
Just look at the numbers after air attacks, man. Bird clears.
How ironic. Speaking of Buddy and wet dreams and everything else, he said, chill. You're talking about Ticket got an agenda for James. Chill. What's your agenda for Kobe, Mike, and KD? Because you really got one.
What's my agenda for those guys? Who do I talk? How do I talk about Jordan? How do I talk about KD? What are you talking about in terms of an agenda? What's your agenda? What's your agenda for Kobe?
Can we rank players without having an agenda?
No, we can't. Not according to this dude. Like, if you're not talking about the guy that this person loves, like him, you hate him. You think he's absolutely terrible. You hate this guy. So give me a break.
Appreciate you for chiming in, buddy. OG. Brumman from the fifth flow said, what position does the best player on your team have to play to give you the best chance to win the finals? I.e., is it more beneficial if your best player is a big man or guard?
A wing.
I think today's NBA
I'm a big man. I'm a big guy though.
I don't think it matters in today's NBA as once did. Yeah, today's game is a little tricky.
I need a guard.
Yeah, I was gonna say point guard will be difficult. Obviously, Steph is kind of the exception. I think a point guard is difficult if he's the best player. Probably the most difficult if it's your point guard.
Any front court player.
PTR JWAP said Ticket loves to criticize players today for super teams, as if Kobe and Shaq didn't get it. GP and Karl Malone, although it failed, they still tried it.
Give me a break. Malone's 40, yo. What are you talking about?
There's a difference between super teams. Yeah, when everyone's in their primes or in their 30s versus guys who are in their end of their
And on top of that, GP was what, 36? I think he retired 2 years later. It wasn't like he got GP in like year 10. No.
Mel said Shaq guarding the Denver pick and roll is crazy.
You put Shaq on Aaron Gordon, and then you have Horace Grant guarding the pick and roll, theoretically.
Boom.
Do you?
Good coaching.
And last I checked, Mike Malone is very good because he used to do that with what's the big guy that plays now in Plumlee. He used to have 5-4 pick and rolls where he would have Joker running the pick and roll with Plumlee. I'm 100% confident Malone would hunt Shaq in the pick and roll.
Yeah, then you just pre-switch that with Nick Anderson.
Good luck.
Ethan said, I don't think Ticket has ever agreed with Damo on one thing. Ethan then said, when Jalen not sniffing LeBron jockstrap, he sometimes be spitting facts.
We always be spitting facts.
Today it feels like I'm reading mean tweets.
I love this chat, bro. I love this chat.
Leaf John in 7 says, shout out to Ticket for the King of the Court win. Shout out to Damo. Let's keep it a buck. Fuck Bobby Portis.
Player's choice on the King of the Court.
What did Bobby Portis do? I was just saying.
Yeah, what's up with Bobby Portis, yo? I'm a big Bobby Portis fan.
Again.
You never heard the story for the time?
I'll tell this story every chance I get, man. Listen, I had no issue with Bobby Portis. I was happy he got him a ring until I wake up one day and my phone blew up with, hey, yo, did you see what Bobby did? And I go look, and Bobby Portis starts a podcast called Keep It a Buck Podcast.
It's like that. Trademark, Damo.
Stealing my logic.
Oh, what up, Doug?
Nah.
Stealing my rhymes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I understand that. Stealing my rhymes.
Yeah, so it's bad with Bobby Portis around here. No cap.
You biting my style. Okay, I get you.
Send him that cease and desist.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
We just wait.
Absolutely.
Yang Twigs said, relax, big bruh. I'm watching the games. Someone get this man a snack.
That's when I was snapping on everybody about not watching. Hey, man, some of y'all might watch. A lot of y'all don't.
James Bell said, you can watch out-of-market games on NBA Pass.
And you can get NBA League Pass if you buy the NBA 2K24 25th Anniversary Edition.
There you go.
Ethan also said, shout out Cockeyed Ungifted 100.
Hey, man, listen, we ain't going to do too much Gifted slander, bro. Gifted's my god, man.
Hey, y'all get off
Gifted, bro.
Yo, you know the game, yo.
Yeah, Gifted knows basketball.
The thing about Gifted, I can appreciate, and I enjoy talking basketball because he know the game. He does. He know the game. He gives good insight. Now, I can appreciate, somebody that I can appreciate the logic. Yo, you ain't put the work in to do this or do that. All right, I can get with that. But I can dig talking to somebody that know basketball. I can definitely dig that. And he know basketball.
I like how Gifted breaks down the X's and O's. It's knowledgeable.
And I can say,
okay, you guys just me riding right now. Jesus Christ.
Hey, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I've seen him put the work in. I've known Gifted for over a year now. Gifted's put that work in.
Gifted to be on sometime this week. We'll see who's here to debate him.
So we're gonna miss Ticket for one episode this week.
He'll be here.
Nick Mars, you trying to make it seem like Ticket ducking Gifted or something, bro.
I mean, the evidence would say.
You remember people used to chill? You remember people used to proclaim their stuff the Kobe stopper?
I did.
Maybe Gifted might be the. He might just stop somebody up here. I just said he might stifle some people up here. Nick said, appreciate y'all carrying basketball media this summer. The authenticity is miles ahead of Fox and ESPN.
That's what we do. That's what we're trying to do around here. That's what we're trying to do around here.
Drink More Water said, top NBA offenses. You got the Kings at 1, Nuggets at 2, Celtics, Bucks, Suns, Mavericks, Thunder, Clippers, Pacers, Hawks.
He's a Bucks fan. That's why he has them at 4.
Kings #1 offense.
Hey, Ron, I got to bounce, yo. Hey, fellas, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Be easy.
All right,
Joe.
Not only are we the #1 offense, but we will also be a top 15 defense too this year. So we're not gonna.
You really believe that?
I don't. Top 15.
If I wouldn't have said it if I didn't believe it.
That's true. You're right.
But
don't bet on that.
That's
though.
not
Don't
true.
bet
This nigga come up here cap every day.
We're not gonna beat the Suns though. The Suns winning the West, but we gonna we're getting closer and closer, y'all. Next season though, y'all put y'all money on us to get that ring. I'm telling you, the odds are gonna be beautiful too. So,
Keegan Murray MIP.
Whew. Hey, Keegan Murray Finals MVP.
Oh my God, strong.
8 Gates Lee said, "There's no way y'all missed the Sixers in top 10 with the leading scorer and assist leader with Maxey also."
They won't have the assist leader. They won't have the assist leader.
About to say, yeah, it's just Maxey and Embiid, buddy. Oh, and Tobias Harris.
You seen Sugar win the title this weekend?
Bro, I was in disbelief.
That was wild, bro.
I love O'Malley. I was an Aljo guy, bro. That hurt. I ain't gonna lie, that hurt. That felt like Aldo losing. That felt like Jose Aldo losing.
Mm-hmm. That was
a good O'Malley though. That was a good fight. That was a good card.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. The card a few weeks ago was better. There was one where Derek Lewis had that flying knee. That card was ridiculous.
That was crazy.
Oh my God. But my bad, Ron.
Eddie Wilson said, "No way the Grizzlies aren't on here yet. Unless y'all are trolling. I just joined though, so I may have missed something."
No, you saw them at 28.
Nah, we was trolling.
Might have forgot him a little bit.
Olo sent through a blank super chat. Appreciate you, Olo. Honcho said they are going to be walking with a cast and bruises. Talking about the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Money Man with the super chat said, "Will Marquise Noel be the best Raptor ever?" LOL.
Definitely not the best Raptor.
Most likely
ever.
at this rate, yeah.
Everybody
want to say after 1 year.
I was gonna say the best Raptor ever is always an interesting conversation, but it's been iconic. I'm always gonna have Vince Carter. Vince Carter is the most greatest Raptor ever. Vince Carter just what he did for the country.
It's Kawhi.
It's Kawhi. It's Vince Carter.
It's definitely Kawhi right now, but in about 15 years, we might be saying it's Grady Dick.
First of all,
it's Kyle Lowry. I don't know. It's Kyle
Team
Lowry.
Canada. Team Canada wouldn't look how they look right now if it wasn't for Vince Carter. It's Vince.
Yeah, in terms of that, like the impact, greatest.
Yeah, who got a ring? Who got a ring?
I'll tell you what Vince Carter did for a country.
Chris Boucher.
What Vince Carter did
who got a ring?
Kyle Lowry.
Vince Carter saved
Kawhi Leonard.
He introduced basketball to a country.
And he introduced y'all to a chip, bro.
That's like Vancouver ain't have a franchise too.
A lot of players got chips. What Vince Carter did for a country?
We had to like the Raptors are the only team that ever existed in Canada. Like, Vancouver had a team.
I mean, look, Vince Carter wasn't there. Raptors might have been gone, just like Vancouver. Vince wasn't there. Raptors might have been gone, just like Vancouver.
Shout out Mike
Vancouver. You seen Steve Francis' face when he got drafted to Vancouver. That tells you everything you need to know about Vancouver.
Yeah, no one wants to be in Vancouver. That's cool, but
Vancouver's not a bad city.
Yeah, back then it was a stigma, right? Canada, different country. Now it's fine.
Steve Francis is
just goofy ass Americans thinking it's the only place that's civilized. You know?
Yeah. I remember the mid 2000s. We could only late 2000s we could only sign Europeans. Europeans loved Toronto at that time, but Americans didn't. But they come in.
That's because Europeans are cultured.
Facts. You know what's up.
Ethan said, and if anybody knows, hit up Ethan. He said, "Where can I find that video of Low asking for?"
It's on Twitter.
What videos of Low?
That twerking, man.
No. Yo, Damo, you was fucking me up yesterday, bro. Talking about Lodo to catch twerk.
Yo, I know you seen the bro. Low hiked them pants up and just he ain't use no knees. I'm like, oh my
breaking
god,
down form and twerking is wild.
All right, y'all. Look, check this out.
No
Open Gym coming next. They're gonna break down all of Lowe's twerking techniques and his mechanics and stuff like that. So
he was catching it, and he
could tap into Open Gym next.
He's moving his shoulder.
He was catching it. He wasn't moving away, so it's just his shoulders.
Low out here moving straight top body catching twerk. Oh nah.
Oh no.
No way.
I gotta see this bit. I gotta see this bit.
Go watch the pod.
He hit him with the
yeah, he did a blind
no hip movement. No hip movement trying to keep up with the girl. Just the top.
He hit him with a hezzy. He said,
Pump fake.
Hey, yo, that episode was crazy yesterday. Y'all make sure y'all check that out.
I gotta watch. I thought y'all was judging low twerking, and in my
head,
the video, the Superchats talking
this
about
man Damo said he ain't using no knees. I'm like, yo, Damo, like nobody gonna pause that or nothing. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, wow. Oh, well, that's funny, bro. I'm about to cry.
That was some of the funniest shit.
We got new members. Shout out Danzo the Mystic. Shout out Mavs Sammy 41. 7K Hoops became a member. Exclusive Excellence is a new member. Mason Plumley and Callum Hudson Odai Enthusiast became a member. Sick OG became a member again. And Quan is the last member of the show. Shout out all the new members. Appreciate you. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe, comment. Look out for that video for low. And we're going to be back at the same time tomorrow. What y'all got to say on the way out?
Hey, man, when you're catching a twerk from a girl, use those hips and knees, man. Stay focused.
I swear, man, don't do all shoulders.
Stay on rhythm, yeah.
Hey, y'all open
learn,
your next.
Learn
open field after that.
Because a lot of people just don't have rhythm.
Rhythm is good. Don't be.
And don't jackhammer. Don't jackhammer.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Do not try to break a girl, bro. They do not like that. They do not.
I mean, it depends where you are, though. If you in a real like dance hall,
it depends. I've done it a few times. I'm not gonna lie. When like a few years ago, that was like a solid. Nowadays, is like now people just looking at you like, bro, why are you trying to do this? But like back when I was coming out of high school, like we would like that's when it was like
you play like the Vibes Cartel bend over or something.
They were just breaking.
I see dudes jumping out they'll be climbing ladders. They climbing ladders at the warehouse and jumping off, land on the table. You know, like a real dance hall event.
What?
I'm just looking at me. Y'all don't see those videos?
No, I've seen them. I just don't agree.
Yeah, be real.
I just don't agree.
It's a little much. It's much, but hey.
Yeah, don't break them.
That shit looks dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Open for the next, y'all. Open field coming on after open gym. Same time tomorrow. Y'all know where to find us.